WJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. Worldwide news, sports, a Citadel Broadcasting station. Batting practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, a very good evening to you, and welcome to the On Deck Circle prior to the start of tonight's ball game here in the Pacific Northwest as the Stingers are in Tacoma, Washington to take on the Rainiers in the opening of what should be an interesting six-game series in a four-day period. That's right, doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow afternoon as well as a twilighter on Thursday night, with the first game being the completion of a suspended game that is currently through 2.5 innings from May the 10th, as the Stingers held a 2-0 lead at that point. The Stingers coming off a series at home against Sacramento in which they dropped 3 out of 4, winning the first game but then losing 3 straight, including yesterday's ball game by a final score of 9-4. And so the Stingers right now at a franchise record low, 16 games below 500 at 23-39. They are 12 games behind the first place Rainiers. Tacoma coming in with a record of 33-25. They lost yesterday at Tucson 14-5 to end up with a split in that series. Tacoma, though, comfortably in front right now in the North Division. Again, brought it just in case, and certainly going to need the jacket here tonight. The daytime high today was about 63. It's probably in the upper 50s right now, with a cool, strong breeze blowing out of the west here at Cheney Stadium. But bright sunshine on the way, some clouds in the sky, but all in all, a cool night here in Tacoma for the Stingers and the Rainiers in Game 1 of this 6-game series. The starting pitching matchup for tonight's game for the Stingers, it'll be right-hander Chris Buchek with a record of 3 wins and 6 losses. And maybe to magnify the problems of the Stingers this year, of the starting rotation, Chris Buchek has the best earned run average at 6.11. And for the Tacoma Rainiers, it'll be left-hander Craig Anderson, who is 0-5 on the year. He is making his 5th start out of 15 appearances. When the Stingers and Rainiers were playing each other in May, Anderson came out of the bullpen. When we come back, we'll have our Associated Food Stores checkout of the PCL standings after this on ESPN 1230.
To be a certified pre-owned BMW, each car must pass a rigorous inspection by factory-trained BMW technicians. Only certified pre-owned BMWs have a 2-year, 50,000-mile extended protection plan added to the original new car warranty for a total of 6 years and 100,000 miles of protection. Plus, if you buy a certified pre-owned BMW that still has the maintenance protection plan, in effect, you can extend the maintenance plan to 6 years and 100,000 miles. That's right, full maintenance for up to 6 years and 100,000 miles. During June, buy any 2000 or 2001 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, or X5 BMW and pay only 2.9% APR for up to 60 months on approved credit through BMW Financial Services. Call BMW of Murray at 262-2479. Go to bmwofmurray.com or visit the BMW of Murray CPO Center at 4689 South State.
Hi, this is Hot Rod Hundley. Kick up your heels at this year's Hot Rock and 4th celebration at the Weber County Fairgrounds July 3rd with Diamond Rio. After Diamond Rio, we'll have a great fireworks show. Just enough to get you ready for Utah's biggest patriotic and fireworks show on the 4th. On July 3rd, it's a full day including Demolition Derby, rock crawlers, and monster truck rides. Enjoy it with the whole family at America's First Family Plaza with food, fun, and lots of music. Tickets are just $13 at all Smith Hits outlets and at the Golden Spike Event Center. Save $2 off your ticket when you purchase a value meal at participating Burger Kings. And remember, July 3rd, the Hot Rock and 4th ticket, including Diamond Rio and all the motorsports, is just $13 in advance. Sponsored by Burger King, Coca-Cola, Bank of Utah, Standard Examiner, Golden Spike Event Center, Westland Ford, America First Credit Union, and tell them Hot Rod sent you.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
And welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where the Stingers and Rainiers are getting ready for tonight's game. And it's time now to check out the PCL standings, brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores. Stay tuned to learn how you can take batting practice with the Stingers, courtesy of Associated Food Stores. Well, first of all, last night in the Pacific Coast League and yesterday afternoon, it was Nashville over Albuquerque 11-2. Edmonton down Las Vegas 5-3. Portland outlasted Fresno 11-7, with veteran Donovan Osborne getting the win for Portland. It was New Orleans edging Colorado Springs 2-1. Iowa nipped Oklahoma 2-1. In 10 innings, Omaha edged Memphis 4-3, and it was Tucson blasting Tacoma 14-5. So, taking a look at the standings in the North Division, Tacoma leading the second place. Edmonton Trappers by 5 1/2 games. Portland is 6 back, and the Stingers trail by 12. Over in the South, Sacramento maintains a 3.5 game lead over Tucson. Fresno is 9 back, and Las Vegas trails by 12. In the Central Division, Iowa at 38-25. In first place, 3.5 games ahead of Albuquerque, as the I-Cubs have won 7 in a row. Colorado Springs is third, 6.5 back, while Omaha trails by 10. And finally, in the East Division, Oklahoma leads Nashville by 2.5, New Orleans by 5.5, and Memphis by 8. New series, of course, beginning all around the league. Tonight, besides this one, Omaha is at Nashville. Memphis hosts New Orleans. Tucson visits Edmonton. Colorado Springs entertains Oklahoma. Iowa is at Albuquerque. Sacramento hosts Fresno. And Portland is at Las Vegas. So that's a look at the standings in the PCL as well as tonight's schedule. When we come back, we'll do the same for Major League Baseball right after this on ESPN 1230.
Roy, oh, geez, did you see the cable TV bill?
No.
It keeps going up every month. I have had enough. I'm switching to DirecTV from Sky Satellite and getting total choice with local channels for only $29.99 a month for the first 6 months.
Well, if you're sick of paying for cable with prices way too high, you need to call my friends over at Sky Satellite. You'll get a whole lot more choices. Installation is free. And get your SKY Satellite TV. Now, you're going to love these guys over here at Sky Satellite, and you're going to love your DirecTV system.
Call Sky Satellite and get a free 4-room DirecTV system with installation. That's right, it's free. Call now, 1-866-TV-DIRECT. That's 1-866-TV-DIRECT for total choice with local channels for $29.99 a month for the first 6 months.
And get your SKY Satellite TV.
New residential customers only. Hardware and programming sold separately at $4.99 per second and each additional receiver. See store for details.
Okay, guys, let's be brutally honest. Everything you do for one reason. To add a little, color to your life. So to keep that color flowing, do something special for your significant other this June. Paint. After all, June is the right month to do it thanks to your local area Ace Hardware dealers and their Ace Best Buy. This month, get Ace Royal Brand Shield Flat House Paint for just $17.99 a gallon. Ace Royal Flat House Paint is perfect for Utah and all 4 seasons of weather the state offers. So by using Ace Royal Shield Flat House Paint, you're keeping that special someone happy, and you're saving money all at the same time. If that doesn't color your life, nothing will. So color your life with Ace and Ace Brand Royal Shield Flat House Paint. Best Buy price at $17.99. Is available in June at your local Ace Hardware dealers. Ace, the helpful place. Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the ballpark here in Tacoma. The starting pitchers, Chris Butchek for the Stingers and Craig Anderson for the Rainiers, warming up in their respective bullpens. Time now to check out the standings in Major League Baseball, brought to you once again by your local Associated Food Stores. In the American League East, the Yankees open up today with a 3.5 game lead over Boston. In the Central, the White Sox lead Minnesota by a 1/2 game, and Cleveland by 4, and Detroit's just 5.5 back. In the West, the red-hot Oakland A's have won 8 in a row and have opened up a 2.5-game lead over both Texas and Anaheim. In the National League, in the East, Florida leads Philadelphia by a game and a half, Atlanta by 4.5, and the Mets by 5.5. In the Central, St. Louis has taken over the top spot by a game and a half over Cincinnati. 2 better than Houston, 2.5 up on Chicago, and surprising Milwaukee, just 3.5 back. And finally in the West, Los Angeles and San Diego are in a virtual tie for first place, with the Giants just a game and a half back. Arizona trailing by 7.5 games. Just a very limited schedule in Major League Baseball tonight. No interleague games, strictly league games today. One this afternoon. Cleveland shut out Baltimore 14-0. They scored 7 in the third to the Indians and 6 in the fifth. No home runs, but the Indians did lash out 8 doubles. In the National League, they're in a rain delay in the third inning with Cincinnati leading Philadelphia 4-3. If the game is completed, Jim Comey will have hit his 400th career home run. He hit it in the first inning for Philadelphia. If the rains don't allow them to continue, then he's back to 399. And the much ballyhooed pitching matchup between Roger Clemens and Mark Pryor is a one-sided affair, as Roger Clemens appears to be on his way to his first loss of the year. The Cubs lead the Astros 5-0 in the sixth. The Ramos Ramirez and former Buzzman Todd Walker have homered for Chicago. The Anaheim Angels, the Stingers' parent club, off tonight. They begin a series at Pittsburgh against the Pirates tomorrow at PNC Park. Stingers and Rainiers getting closer to game time. We'll have tonight's starting lineups right after this on ESPN 1230.
Got a dish? Don't it? Switch to Comcast and save up to $500. Get everything the Dish doesn't deliver, like local high-def programming, and, coming soon, the incredible power of video on demand. With On Demand, you'll truly get TV on your terms. You can watch hundreds of hours of free programs whenever you want. On Demand gives you the power to start, stop, pause, and rewind, all from your digital cable remote control. Dump your dish. And get free installation on over 120 terrific channels for only $19.95 a month for 12 months, an entire year. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. But hurry, this is a limited one-time offer. Offer expires June 21st, 2004. Savings applied as credits to monthly cable bill and not redeemable for cash. Savings may vary by market. Available only to new or former subscribers in Comcast serviceable areas who currently have a satellite dish. Additional taxes and fees may apply. Not available in all areas. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Pick up in the front lot.
Are you serious about credit? Marine Credit Systems will be your personal chauffeur in the carpool diamond lane of credit. Now that's a green light for credit.
Look, hon, we're passing everyone who bought a car somewhere else.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. The worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station. Make sure your equipment's ready for a productive season with a visit to Brigham Implement. It's the perfect time of year to take care of all your preseason equipment maintenance and repairs. Plus, make the most of your Case Credit Advantage account and make no payments and pay no interest until October 1st, 2004, with a minimum $750 purchase of genuine Case IH parts or related services. Offer good May 1st through July 31st, 2004. So visit Brigham Implement today and take advantage of genuine Case IH values, subject to credit qualifications. You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to Tacoma, where they may be setting a record tonight. As I look and add it up, there'll be 9 different ceremonial first pitch throwers here in Tacoma this evening. In the meantime, let's get you ready for the game with tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Brumley. Leading off, the shortstop, Casey Smith. Batting second, the center fielder, Zach Sorensen. Hitting third and playing first base, getting set to make his Salt Lake debut, will be first baseman Casey Kotzman. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Adam Riggs. Hitting fifth and playing third base, Jake Thrower. Hitting sixth and catching, Will Nieves. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Brian Gordon. Hitting eighth and playing left field, Derek Gibson. And hitting ninth is the second baseman, Victor Gutierrez. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Chris Butchek. for the homesteading Tacoma Rainiers, managed by Dan Rohn, the first-year Buzz hitting coach back in 1994. Leading off the center fielder, Elpidio Guzman. Batting second, the second baseman, Mickey Lopez. Hitting third and playing third base, Justin Leone. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Bucky Jacobson. Hitting fifth, the first baseman, A.J. Zapp. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Jose Lopez. Hitting seventh and catching, Ben Davis. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Greg Jacobs. And hitting ninth will be the left fielder, Luis Ducato. Pitching for the Tacoma Rainiers will be left-hander Craig Anderson. The umpires, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League, Scott Latendre is behind the plate. Mark Winters is at first base, and Sean Rakos is the arbiter over at third. It's a cool, windy evening here in Tacoma, but Stingers baseball is right around the corner as the sun is shining brightly, certainly different from when the two teams met here back in early May. That's it for the On-Deck Circle. First pitch of tonight's game just around the corner here on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On-Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Pick up in the front line.
Are you serious about credit? Marine Credit Systems will be your personal chauffeur in the carpool diamond lane of credit. Now that's a green light for credit.
Look, hon, we're passing everyone who bought a car somewhere else. They're upside down and buried.
Welcome to the Mark Marine Minutes, your no-nonsense answers to your car buying and credit questions.
Car credit is like food. It's not the food, but the appetite that makes eating a delight. For example, love and credit. Did you know a divorce decree does not supersede the obligations of a loan? And when is it a good time to bring up credit in a newly developing relationship? Not soon enough, if you ask me. So how about this for an idea? Prenuptial credit. Learn what column of finance you were in. Learn what column of finance your mate is in. And learn what column of finance you're in together.
Wow.
Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
KQS Murray, Salt Lake.
Everybody's going to play a little bit harder.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
A little bit better.
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station. The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball. On a cool, windy evening here in Tacoma, the Stingers and the Rainiers are getting set to match up in Game 1 of what's an extended 6-game series over the next 4 days due to a rain-out makeup and the completion of a suspended game. That'll be coming up on Thursday. The rain-out makeup is tomorrow afternoon. These two teams will wind up playing a total of 3 games in less than 24 hours against one another between today and tomorrow. Both starting pitchers still in the bullpen, warming up down their respective lines. In just a few moments, we'll have our national anthems, and we'll be ready to play baseball here on this cool, windy day here in Tacoma, Washington. As the Stingers wrap up their visit to Washington, they came in here with 0-2 back in early May, again with a rain out of the suspended game. The suspended game has the Stingers leading by a score of 2-0 after 2 1/2 innings of play. But the Stingers, with slowly but surely getting some bodies back. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out roster-wise. Some of those players that were brought in to fill in during some of those thin spots, they're going to have to be moved at some point in time or another, as Casey Kochman joins the Stingers today. And word has it there's a good chance that we may see the red-hot Dallas McPherson coming up in just a little bit. Right now, though, the color guard making its way out onto the field here at Tacoma. And as soon as the color guard is in place, we'll be ready for our national anthem, and then we'll be ready to play ball here on this Monday night. Again, night game tonight, 1:35, first pitch for the doubleheader tomorrow, and then 8:05 again on Wednesday with a 7:05 start to the doubleheader coming up on Thursday night. And then the Stingers home for an 8-game homestand, 4 with Tucson and 4 with Las Vegas. The color guard making its way out in center field behind the second base bag. Maybe one of the farthest out color guards we've ever seen. Usually they come in onto the infield grass, but that's not the case here tonight. So the color guard in place out in short center field. And right now, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem to be performed by Esquire Hills Elementary School. National anthem prior to the start of the ball game here this evening between the Stingers and the Tacoma Rainiers. The Stingers in their sleeveless rose gray uniforms with the long red sleeves underneath. Tacoma in their Mariner-type white uniforms with the navy blue numerals trimmed in teal. The Stingers trying to get back on track. Again, 12 games out with a little over 2.5 months to go. Certainly not insurmountable, but if they're going to get into the position to have a shot, I think they really need to win at the very least 4 out of the 6 games in this series. That would put them 10 back with still 4 games at Franklin Kelly Field left against the Rainiers. And the Rainiers themselves have been hurt by moves from the parent club as they've had to dip into independent ball. As a matter of fact, a guy who's pitched independent ball for the last 3 years, but percentage-wise, one of the best pitchers in the Salt Lake franchise history, Jeff Harris, who is 12-3 with the Buzz in 1998, 1999, including 8-0 in 1998, has been signed out of independent ball. He's been pitching in independent baseball since the 2001 season. And Harris is expected to start one of the games here on Thursday night. Well, the 2 pitchers finishing up their warm-up tosses. The straight-up 7 o'clock start here. But it's not going to start straight up at 7 o'clock as we're still right now at 7:05 Tacoma time, with the 2 starting pitchers are still warming up down the line. The umpiring crew making its way to home plate. In just a moment, the 2 managers will go out there as well. And they'll exchange the pleasantries, lineup cards, and the ground rules here at Venerable Cheney Stadium, the oldest ballpark in the PCL. It opened in 1960. 325 down the left field line, 325 down the right field line, 350 to left center and right center, 385 to the deep alleys in right center and left center, and 425 feet to straightaway center field here at Tacoma. The ground rules being given the once-over at home plate. And in just a few moments, the Rainiers will take the field. 64 degrees is the current temperature. Sure feels a lot cooler, but the wind out of the west is making it feel certainly a lot cooler here at the ballpark than maybe the 64-degree temperature would indicate here in Tacoma. But great weather is forecast for the remainder of this series, which again features the 2 games tomorrow, a single game on Wednesday, and a doubleheader on Tuesday night. Winds are out of the southwest. They're saying 9 miles per hour, but it certainly seems a little bit stronger than that as the flag out at half-staff in right center field is starts right now here at Cheney Stadium. in Tacoma leads the season series right now by a count of 4-2, having split the 4 games at Franklin Covey Field earlier this year, and Tacoma winning the 2 games that were completed here. The overall series goes to Salt Lake right now, 68 wins to 65. Stingers, or Buzz, have won the last 5 years the season series over Tacoma. Tacoma actually beat Salt Lake in the season series in each of the first 4 years of the Salt Lake franchise's history. Of course, this Tacoma franchise has been around since 1960. They've had, I believe, it's 7 or 8 different affiliations over the years, but when they're in the backyard of the Seattle Mariners, they have been the Mariners AAA affiliate since the 1995 season. So the meeting at home plate has adjourned, and in just a moment the Rainiers will be taking the field, and we'll be ready to play ball on this cool night here in Tacoma, Washington. A slim crowd here on a Monday, as is usually the case here in Tacoma. Their parent club, the Mariners, just completing a homestand and now heading off on the road for interleague play. And as we mentioned, the Rainiers, they are now taking the field here at Cheney Stadium, so let's take them around to their positions defensively. And that, of course, is courtesy of the people at the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. For the Tacoma Rainiers, Luis Zucchetto is in left field. Elpidio Guzman in center, and Greg Jacobs is in right. Justin Leone's at third. Jose Lopez at short. Mickey Lopez at second base, and A.J. Zapp is at first. The battery of Craig Anderson pitching, and Ben Davis catching. For Anderson, as we mentioned, this is his 15th appearance, just his 5th start. In 37 and 1/3 innings, he's given up 54 hits, 30 runs, 28 of them earned. He has struck out 23 and walked 14. He's hit 3 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch, and he's allowed 11 home runs. Anderson 0-5 with a 6.75 earned run average. He does have 2 saves out of the bullpen, and the PCL is batting .342 against the 6'3", 185-pound left-hander from Australia, Craig Anderson. One of 2 Australians on this Tacoma roster, and both of whom, if they're still with Tacoma at the time, will be leaving the Rainiers to join the Australian Olympic team in Athens, Greece, as will the Stingers' Eric Sear for Team Canada. So the ball being tossed around the infield, and we're ready to go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Monday night in Tacoma, Washington. And leading things off for the Salt Lake Stingers will be the shortstop, Casey Smith. Casey batting .327, 3 doubles, 2 triples, no homers, 11 runs batted in. He had an 8-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, as he went 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. He also sacrificed in the ball game. Craig Anderson ready, and the first pitch is a fastball down the middle for a strike, and we're underway. 0-1 the count on the right-hand hitting Casey Smith. Leone in even with the bag at third, and maybe about 3 steps off the bag. Now the left-hander Anderson's pitch, swing and a miss as Smith's out in front of a changeup, and the count's 0-2. And a travel day for both teams. Tacoma coming in from Tucson, where they split a series with the Sidewinders. No balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Smith reaches out on another change and gets a piece of it, fouling it off near the first base dugout. The count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Should take back what I said. They actually won 3 out of 4 from Tucson. 13-8, 7-1, and 4-1 before yesterday's 14-5 loss to the Sidewinders. No balls, 2 strikes on Smith. The pitch. Tried to hold up on a breaking ball. Couldn't do it as Anderson had Smith fooled badly in that at bat. And that's out number 1. That'll bring up Zach Sorensen, the center fielder, batting .442. 5 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 7 runs batted in. Zach has hit safely in 6 straight games, his longest hitting streak as a Stinger. Just back into the lineup yesterday after being out 10 days with a slight groin pull. So Sorensen, a switch hitter, batting right-handed against the lefty Anderson. First pitch strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield playing Zach DePole towards left. Now the 0-1. Sorensen takes the changeup high, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sorensen facing Tacoma for the first time. As Anderson deals the 1-1. Way outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Anderson signed as an undrafted free agent in 1999 from Australia. Was, except for 1 relief appearance, strictly a starter for Tacoma last year. As he fouls a pitch back to Sorensen, 2-2 the count. Anderson was tough on the Stingers last year. He was 13-11 overall, 3-0 against Salt Lake with a minuscule 0.92 earned run average. Did take a loss in relief at Franklin Covey Field on April 30th. The 2-2 pitch to Sorensen. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out. So Anderson starting out with a flourish with back-to-back strikeouts. Now, he's not really a strikeout pitcher with 23 and 37 in the 3rd inning. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up Casey Kotzman making his first appearance in a Salt Lake uniform. Casey, rated by Baseball America as the #1 prospect in the Angels organization, just being sent down to Salt Lake from his first major league stint. 28 games with the Angels, 28 in which he played in, that is. First pitch on the way. Fastball down the middle, a strike, 0-1. As a matter of fact, so far this season, he split his season evenly. 28 games at AA Arkansas and 28 games for the Angels. Hit .218 for Anaheim, 6 doubles, 14 runs batted in as Anderson bounces one in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And prior to that, in 28 games with Arkansas, Kotzman, .368 average, 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. Anderson winds the 1-1. Check swing foul at home plate. 1-2 the count on Kotzman. Sent down to the Stingers with the Angels activating Darren Erstad off the disabled list. However, another move is forthcoming with Benji Molina being placed on the disabled list. Now the line by Anderson, the 1-2. Fastball inside of the left-hand batter. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Second baseman Mickey Lopez about 10 feet back on the outfield grass and right. Here's a pitch. Looped out behind second base and into center field, a base hit. So Casey Kotzman singles to center in his first AAA appearance. And so the Stingers with a runner at first base and 2 out. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, the designated hitter. Riggs batting .313, 14 doubles, 4 triples, 10 homers, 33 runs batted in. Coming off a 6-for-19 series with 6 RBI against Sacramento. First pitch on the way. Riggs takes a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. 9 for 22 against Tacoma pitching so far this year. Now Anderson ready to pitch. Breaking ball low, evens the count on Adam at 1 ball and 1 strike. The outfield, a couple of steps around towards left for Riggs. The infield is back. Leone deep at third and close to the line. Almost an 8th or 9th inning defensive position for Leone. 1-1 pitch. Sinks down low for a ball. 2-1 the count. Anderson, 23 years old, out of Wollongong, Australia. Now the left-hander looks at Kotzman, the 2-1. Swinging a chopper left side. Shortstop Lopez has it. The other hand toss to the second baseman Lopez. And that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. And after the first half inning of play, it's the Stingers nothing. And Tacoma's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
The
magazine Utah sports fans are talking about. And now there's a fresh issue of the new Utah Sports Magazine. Look for Jazz star Andre Kirilenko on the cover of the second edition, now available at newsstands everywhere. Schedules, statistics, color photography, and more. It's a Utah sports fan's dream. Read how Kirilenko started his basketball career when he was only 7 years old. Read fresh football reports from the Utes, the Aggies, and the Cougars. Spend 24 seconds with Utah basketball legend Ron Boone. Catch up on the latest news from the Stingers and Rocky Mountain Raceway. Whatever your sport, dig in for the latest in scores and highlights from across the state. Colleges to pros, you don't want to miss the second action-packed issue of the new magazine for Utah sports fans by some of Utah's top writers, editors, and photographers. The new Utah Sports Magazine, from team to extreme. Now in stores everywhere. To subscribe, visit UtahSportsMag.com. Utah Sports Magazine.
Game on. Make sure your equipment's ready for a productive season with a visit to Brigham Implement. It's the perfect time of year to take care of all your preseason equipment maintenance and repairs. Plus, make the most of your Case Credit Vantage account and make no payments and pay no interest until October 1st, 2004, with a minimum $750 purchase of genuine Case IH parts or related services. Offer good May 1st through July 31st, 2004. So visit Brigham Implement today and take advantage of genuine Case IH values, subject to credit qualifications. Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally, go to the bottom of the first inning. No score defensively for the Stingers. Let's check their alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Derek Gibson in left. Zach Sorensen in center. Brian Gordon's in right. Jake Thrower at third. Casey Smith at short. Victor Gutierrez at second. And Casey Kotzman at first. The backstory of Chris Buchek pitching. And Will Davis catching. Elpidio Guzman, the center fielder, will lead things off for Tacoma, batting .289. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. 4 for 17 this year against Salt Lake pitching. Chris Buchek out on top of the mound, ready to go. Rocks, kicks, and deals. The first pitch, Guzman shows bunt, takes inside, ball 1 for Buchek. This will be his 13th start of the year. In 63 in the third innings, he's given up 93 hits, 47 runs, 43 of them earned. 1-0 pitch, a fastball high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. He has struck out 29 while walking 20. Buchek has hit a batter, thrown 2 wild pitches, and surrendered 9 home runs. 2 balls, no strikes the count on Guzman. The pitch. Fastball inside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. Buchek 3-6 with a 6.11 earned run average. PCL batting .338 against right-hander Chris Buchek. The 3-0 pitch on the way. Fastball high, ball 4. And that's not the ideal start for Chris Buchek as he walks the leadoff man on 4 pitches. Now you've got Guzman on base with 10 stolen bases. He's been thrown out 6 times. That'll bring up Nicky Lopez, batting .290. 10 doubles, 3 triples, 6 homers, 23 runs batted in. Lopez 4 for 15 on the season against Salt Lake pitching. Lopez, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty Buchek. Chris ready from the belt, the pitch. High and inside, ball 1. That's 5 in a row delivered by Chris out of the strike zone. Buchek has really been tough on the Rainiers this year, but he has no wins to show for it. Thrower in on the grass at third, a couple of steps. Buchek ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Instead, the turn of the toss to first drives Guzman back. On May the 2nd, at Franklin Covey Field, Buchek went 7 innings, gave up 1 run on 6 hits, but was not involved in the decision. Then here on May 9th, he gave up 1 run on 3 hits in 6 innings, but lost 1-0 in the first game of a doubleheader. There's a fastball high, ball 2, and now Will Nieves is going out to talk with Chris, who's thrown 6 pitches, and they've all missed the strike zone. So 2-0 the count on Lopez. This is a powerful Tacoma team. They have hit 86 home runs so far this season. That is tops among all of minor league baseball. Lancaster of the California League has 82. Pawtucket of the AAA International League next with 79. Buchek from the belt ready. The 2-0 pitch to Lopez. Swung on and popped up. Up the third baseline, coming down thrower over towards the mound as the wind pushes it over, but he'll make the catch for out number 1. Boy, 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone, and Lopez is hacking. And he comes up on the infield. So 1 out. That'll bring up Justin Leone, the third baseman. Justin batting .274, 6 doubles, 4 triples, 17 home runs, and 38 runs batted in. 3 of those 17 round trippers have come against the Stingers. At 17 home runs, Leone tied for second in the league. So a runner at first base, 1 out. See if Dan Roan sends Guzman over at first base. The infield now, a double play depth. Buchek from the stretch ready. And the first pitch to Leone. Breaking ball, and it's an ease for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Last year, this Tacoma team ran at will. This year, though, with the power they have, they still run quite a bit. They lead the league with 65 stolen bases. It's not often you'll see the same teams in one league, regardless of the level, lead the league in both homers and stolen bases, as the Rainiers do. Here's the 0-1. Leone takes a curveball over at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on the right-hand batter. And right field to sun field, but the angle of the sun right now makes it tough on the first baseman. Waiting for a throw from the pitcher. He's looking right into the sun. Now Buchek from the belt ready, the 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball into the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Nieves. The count's 1-2. Overall, Leone batting .300 against Salt Lake, 6 for 20. Again, half of his hits home runs with 5 RBIs. He's averaged 20 home runs per season over the last 4 years in full season minor league baseball, and he's already at 17 this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the throw over, and back in standing up is Guzman. Chris Buchek, 6'5", 200 pounds in his 4th year of professional baseball. Fastball, the 92, 93 mile per hour range, slider and changeup. Now Buchek ready from the belt. The glance towards first. The 1-2 home. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and popped up behind home plate. Nieves, will he have room? He will. Here's a throw to first base, and they're going to double Guzman off as maybe the infield kind of faked him out, but it's going to be a double play, and the Stingers will take that in this situation. It's also another $5 gone its way to the United Way, courtesy Taco Maker for that double play. Again, a double play, pop foul. The catcher, Will Nieves, and throw to first base to double off Guzman, who is on the move with the pitch. So out of all that, no runs, no hits, nobody left on, and after 1 complete inning of play, there's no score in Tacoma on ESPN 1230.
I tried a number of diets, and they were ineffective. I thought I'd give this a shot. I was able to immediately change my eating habits. I've lost 42 pounds.
That's Jim Farini talking about his personal success thanks to internationally acclaimed hypnotherapist John Morgan. Like you, Jim knows that diets just don't work.
Your brain eventually overrules you, and you go back to your old weight or even gain more weight. And that has been the pattern in my life for the last 15 years.
John Morgan will be at the Hampton Inn, 851 West 1250 South, Orem, Wednesday, June 23rd, and at the Hilton Salt Lake City Airport, Wiley Post Way, Thursday, June 24th. Smoking cessation is at 6 p.m., weight loss at 8 p.m. Call 800-735-6907 to reserve your space. Sessions are affordable at $49.95.
People aren't even recognizing in some cases. People are asking me, how did I do this?
Call today, 800-735-6907. Just like Jim Farini, John Morgan will put fire in your desire to quit smoking forever or lose weight and keep it off.
I feel fantastic. Exercise every day, and I couldn't be happier.
On the web, visit johnmorganseminars.com.
Hyundai. Test drive a Hyundai today and find out why J.D. Power states Hyundai beats Toyota in initial quality. Get an award-winning Elantra for just $189 a month with 0 down at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers. Westland Hyundai in Austin and Garth Hyundai downtown Salt Lake. Intermountain Hyundai, South Salt Lake, Riverton Hyundai in Sandy, and University Hyundai in Orem. Test drive a Hyundai today and see for yourself.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go down to the second inning. Second inning of play, and it's a 1-0 pitch to thrower. Ground ball, left side. Leone far to his left, flags it down, throws to first just in time for the out on a bang-bang play. 1 down. So 1 away here in the second. Jake Thrower leading things off. Boy, that was close at first base. That'll bring up Will Nieves, the catcher, hitting .292, 9 doubles, 4 triples, 4 homers, 25 runs batted in. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors of Salt Lake, the mobile paintless dent repair company, comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, they make them like new again. So here's Will Nieves. And Anderson delivers. It's tapped foul back into the left of home plate for strike 1. Dent Pro donate $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah. For every stolen base the Stingers swiped this year, they've stolen 38 so far, making the total donation $190 to this point. 1 strike on Nieves. The pitch from Anderson. Fastball outside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Anderson joined the starting rotation on May the 13th. Now the 1-1. Swung on and lifted foul. First base side out of play. 1-2. 3 of his 5 losses have been as a starter. His last start, June 1st, so it's been a couple of weeks since he's been out there as a starter. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits in 3 2/3 innings. The 1-2 pitch. Nieves swings and lines one into right center field. On the run, Guzman has to play it on a hop. And so Nieves is aboard with a 1-out single. So the Stingers have their second hit. And with a runner at first, 1 out, here's Brian Gordon, the right fielder, hitting .282. 12 doubles, 2 triples, 11 homers, 35 runs batted in. And Anderson's 4 starts, 4 2/3 innings, has been his longest outing. That was at Nashville on May 13th. 1 on, 1 out, the pitch to Gordon. Swung on, lifted in the air towards right center. Jacobs on the run, going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A 2-run home run by Brian Gordon at the base of the light standard. Just over the 350 mark in right center field, and the Stingers take a 2-0 lead. So Brian Gordon against the left-hander Anderson, able to belt that one out of the yard, and that's for Brian his 12th home run of the year, his 36th and 37th runs batted in. And that's another Mounted America home equity home run. Finance your home equity or construction loan today with Mounted America Credit Union. So now Derek Gibson's the batter, hitting .297, 10 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 17 runs batted in. He takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 1. 2-0 Stingers on the home run by Brian Gordon here in the second inning. This pitch is in for a strike. Cal on Derek, 1 ball and 1 strike. Anderson working quickly, delivers one in the dirt, ball 2, 2-1 the count on Gibson. For the Stingers as a team, that was just their 52nd home run of the year as Gibson swings and misses out in front of a changeup. That evens the count at 2-2. Edmonton with 35 is the only team in the league to have hit fewer home runs than Salt Lake. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gibson. Anderson delivers, swing and a miss over a curveball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Craig Anderson, and there's 2 down here in the second inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Victor Gutierrez, batting .274. 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 5 runs batted in. So Gutierrez at the plate. with 2 outs and the bases empty, but 2 runs in. The pitch, fastball outside at the knees, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count. Anderson's pitch. Gutierrez swings and taps one foul behind home plate. Even the count on Victor at 1 ball, 1 strike. Gutierrez just 1 game appeared in that Sacramento series, went 1 for 2. That one-headed double. There's a breaking ball strike on the inside corner at the knees. 1-2 the count on Gutierrez. There's a pitch, grounded sharply towards second, scooped up by Lopez. On the run, the toss to first, and that'll do it for the Stingers in the second, but they take the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits, including a home run by Brian Gordon. Nobody left on base after an inning and a half. It's the Stingers 2 and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
The magazine Utah sports fans are talking about. And now there's a fresh issue of the new Utah Sports Magazine. Look for Jazz star Andre Kirilenko on the cover of the second edition, now available at newsstands everywhere. Schedules, statistics, color photography, and more. It's a Utah sports fan's dream. Read how Kirilenko started his basketball career when he was only 7 years old. Read fresh football reports from the Utes, the Aggies, and the Cougars. Spend 24 seconds with Utah basketball legend Ron Boone. Catch up on the latest news from the Stingers at Rocky Mountain Raceway. Whatever your sport, dig in for the latest in scores and highlights from across the state. Colleges to pros, you don't want to miss the second action-packed issue of the new magazine for Utah sports fans by some of Utah's top writers, editors, and photographers. The new Utah Sports Magazine, from team to extreme. Now in stores everywhere. To subscribe, visit UtahSportsMag.com. Utah Sports Magazine. Game on.
2003 Mountain West Conference champions, 2003 Liberty Bowl champions, and 2004 season home games with Texas A&M, Air Force, North Carolina, UNLV, Colorado State, and BYU in Rice-Eccles Stadium. Season tickets now available at 581-UTIX or online at utix.com. Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Bucky Jacobson leading off the second inning for Tacoma. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up, racing down the line. Casey Kochman about halfway between home plate and first. Makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Some uppercuts in the swings tonight for the Rainiers. The last 3 batters have all popped up on the infield. That'll bring up A.J. Zapp, batting .290. 12 doubles, a triple, 10 homers, and 38 runs batted in. 2-0 Stingers on the strength of the 2-run home run by Brian Gordon. In the top of the inning, A.J. Zapp, the batter, is Chris Butchek delivers, swing and a foul off the glove of the catcher Nieves for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Zapp on the year, 5 for 22 against Salt Lake pitching. 2 of his 5 hits have been home runs. Now Butchek into his motion, the 0-1 pitch. Strike, a backdoor curveball on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. Speaking of home runs, take a look at who's hitting the cover off the ball. The PCL brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. We'll check the home run leaders after the 0-2 by Butchek. Low and outside the left-hand batter, 1-2 the count. Again, Calvin Pickering of Omaha leads the league with 23. Tacoma's Destin Leone with his home run yesterday tied Luis Garcia of Las Vegas for second in the league with 17. Now the wind by Butchek. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a slider. He struck him out. First strikeout for Buchek, and it's 2 up, 2 down here in the Tacoma second. Here's Jose Lopez, the shortstop, batting .278. 16 doubles, 11 homers, 28 runs batted in for Lopez, who's 5 for 23 against Salt Lake pitching. So 2 outs, nobody out. John Gall in fourth place to himself with 16 homers, tied at 15. Phil Hyatt of New Orleans and the Rainiers, Bucky Jacobson. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch to Jose Lopez. Fastball knee high in the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Buchek's ready to go, waiting for Lopez to get back into the batter's box. Here's the wind of the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball left side. The shortstop charging. Casey Smith up with it. Throws on the run into the dirt. Dug out nicely with a backhand swipe by Kotzman. And that retires the sides. The Rainiers are up and down in order in their half of the second. After 2 complete innings of play, it's the Stingers 2 and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate in Franklin Covey Field taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Ellen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union, member NCUA and equal opportunity lender.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, we go now to the third inning. It's a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Stingers. Top of the order, Casey Smith, Zach Sorensen, and Casey Kotzman due up to face left-hander Craig Anderson. It's also time to find out what else is happening under the lights tonight in the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the new Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware stores. Casey Smith takes a curveball low, ball 1. Casey struck out swinging his first time up. Anderson ready, the 1-0. Ripped into center field, a base hit. Played on the third hop by Elpidio Guzman, and Casey Smith aboard with a leadoff single. So the Stingers have their 4th hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Zach Sorensen, who struck out swinging his first time up. In the PCL, 1 postponement tonight, Omaha and Nashville. Rained out in Tennessee. In Memphis, the Redbirds lead New Orleans 2-0 in the 5th. First pitch to Sorensen. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back as the curveball misses low, ball 1. Justin Leone charging hard from third base. Ball 1 the count. After 4 at Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox trail Oklahoma 3-1. In the 6th at Edmonton, Tucson leads the Trappers 1-0. Now Anderson from the belt ready. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul. That one caught the catcher, Davis. And he is down on his knees and shaken up as the Tacoma manager, Dan Roan, and the trainer, Rob Novine, go out to check on Davis. Don't know if you could have heard it through the crowd mic, but you could hear from here the foul tip and then the thud of the ball hitting the leg, it appears, of Davis. And he is still down on all fours behind home plate. Trying to gather himself in at this point. Stingers leading 2-0 here in the third with a runner at first base and nobody out. And Davis now rising to his knees a bit. Taking a few deep breaths, and which would lead me to believe that Mr. Davis may have been struck in what I delicately describe as the southern suburb of the stomach. But he is crouching now, checking things out, now walking around, picking up his helmet, going to grab his mask and stay in the ball game. Although the trainer, Nodine, walking out, and always a professional courtesy on the part of the umpire to help the catcher buy some time and gather his thoughts in a situation like this. He'll get the whisk broom out and dust off home plate, do a little landscaping work behind home plate. In the meantime, Davis standing out at the front edge of the mound, talking things over with Anderson, as well as the trainer, Nodine, still out there. But everybody seems to be ready to go. The fans here giving Davis a nice hand. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count on Zach Sorensen. Elsewhere, after 3 in Albuquerque, they've already put 14 runs on the board, with the Isotopes leading the Cubs 8-6. Now Anderson getting a couple of throws so that Davis can receive them and throw, and now he gives the thumbs up, saying he's ready to go. Fresno and Sacramento scoreless after 1 at Raleigh. Portland and Las Vegas 0-0 after 1 down at Cashman Field. There's 3 games in Major League Baseball. We'll get to those scores in a moment as Craig Anderson's ready to go now. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Instead, the toss to first, and Smith dives back in ahead of the tag. Cleveland in a rain-out makeup blasted Baltimore at Jacobs Field today, 14-0. 15 hits, 8 of which were doubles. They've resumed in Philadelphia in the National League. The Phillies trailing the Reds 4-3 in the fourth. Jim Thome with his 400th career home run for the Phillies in the first inning. Again, the move to first drives Smith back. Don Casey and Jason LaRue have homered for the Reds. Pat Burrell's also homered for Philadelphia. And the lopsided pitcher's duel as Clemens and Pryor supposed to be locked up in a dandy. It was all Chicago. The Cubs lead the Astros 5-0 in the ninth. Now Anderson ready, the 1-1. Sorensen swings and pops it up foul. First base side into the crowd. 1-2 the count on Sorensen. Now make it 6-0 Cubs as Todd Walker, the former Buzz infielder, has hit his second home run of the game, coming in the ninth inning off of Chad Harville, former Sacramento River Cat. 1-2 the count on Sorensen. Straightaway stance at the plate for Sorensen, batting right-handed against the lefty Anderson. Infield at double play depth as Anderson comes set from the belt. Glances towards Smith at first. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Now a delayed steal. The throw bounced into second base, and Smith is tagged out. So a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Smith is thrown out trying to steal for the first time this year. 2-4 on the putout. So just like that, the bases are empty with 2 down. That is strikeout number 4. I don't think Smith got off to a bad break. I just think it was a delayed steal, but the second baseman Lopez was over to take the throw and apply the tag. Well, the Cubs are having fun in Houston now. Moises Alou has homered in the ninth. Cubs lead the Astros 7-0 in the ninth, so no 10-0 start for Clemens this year. Curveball outside, ball 1, unless the Astros come up with a huge bottom of the ninth to give Roger a no decision. Casey Kotzman singled in his first AAA at bat, his first time up. Pitch is low for a ball. 2-0 the count on Kotzman. Well, I've never seen infielders guard the line this early in the ball game. It's Zapp at first base, only maybe is 2 steps off the line. Fastball high and outside. 3-0 the count on Kotzman. Started out this year with a .326 career average in the minors. 3-0 pitch on the way. He takes a strike on the inside corner at the belt. 3-1. Outfield, deep and around towards right for Kotzman. 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball high, ball 4. So Casey draws the base on balls. That's the first walk issued by Anderson. So a runner at first base and 2 outs for Adam Riggs. Riggs bounced into an inning-ending fielder's choice his first time up. Two to nothing Stingers. We're in the third. Now Anderson from the belt ready. The pitch. Riggs swings, grounds 1 to first. Gloved by Zapp, turns and steps on the bag, and that'll do it for the Stingers. In the third inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Stingers 2, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
If you're looking for some great fruit, get it fresh and get it hot. Taco Maker has the best fruit. I know you'll get a lot. Hey!
Discover the fresh taste of the Taco Maker. We fry our own taco shells and tortilla chips daily to make them crispy fresh. Our homemade salsas and sauces are the talk of the town. And our refried beans are made from scratch every morning. We use real ground beef and marinate tasty all-white meat chicken with our own marinade recipe. We're keeping it real with real Monterey cheddar cheeses. Hey, it's time you got a taste of the Taco Maker.
Get it fresh and get it hot. We know you'll get a lot. Hey!
Marinated chicken taco salads are the favorite meal at the Taco Maker. All white meat chicken marinated to perfection. Served in a lightly fried flour tortilla bowl with homemade refried beans, crisp lettuce, cheddar, and Monterey cheeses, fresh tomatoes, olives, and green onions. Make it low carb and we'll serve it on a plate.
Taco Maker, Taco Maker. Fresh and get hot. Make me fresh.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 Stingers. It'll be Ben Davis, Greg Jacobs, and Luis Ugueto, the 7-8-9 hitters, to face right-hander Chris Buchek. Ben Davis batting .260 since being sent down from Seattle. He takes low ball 1. Davis with 6 doubles, 2 homers, 12 runs batted. As a matter of fact, he was sent down to Tacoma by the Mariners about the time we were here back in early May. Went 0 for 2 against Stingers pitching in his only start. Fastball inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Davis, who is just 3 for 33 at .091 average with the Mariners when he was sent down. 2-0 pitch to Davis. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-0 the count. He was sent down on May the 6th. His first AAA appearance in 59 games with Las Vegas in 2000. 3-0 pitch, fastball high, and for the second time in 3 innings, Buchek walks the leadoff man on 4 pitches. So Davis at first with nobody out. That'll bring up the right fielder, Greg Jacobs, batting .304 since joining the Rainiers. 1 homer and 3 runs batted in. Jacobs started the year at AA San Antonio, where he's hitting .310 with 5 homers, 31 runs batted in. Jacobs promoted to Tacoma from San Antonio on June 3rd. So runner at first base, nobody out. Second walk issued by Buchek. Infield double play depth, and Buchek first pitch to Jacobs is a fastball outside of the belt, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jacobs actually began his career as a pitcher and spent 4 years in the Angels minor league organization, never getting above A ball. Now the 1-0 pitch. Jacobs takes a fastball over for a strike, 1-1. Then in 2002, he converted to an outfielder playing for Long Beach of the Independent Western League, and then signed as a free agent by Seattle in September of 2002. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Low for a ball, 2-1. So this is his 3rd year as a position player after 4 as a pitcher. Last year he hit .357 at Class A Inland Empire and .310 at AA San Antonio. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on the left-hand batter. Grew up in the backyard of the Big A in Anaheim. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. The Avis out in front of the plate with a few words for Buchek. Jacobs has reached base in all 7 games that he has appeared in the Tacoma uniform. Davis with a leadoff walk at first, nobody out, and now Buchek ready with a 3-1 pitch to Jacobs. At the fastball high, ball 4. And so back-to-back walks to open up the 3rd inning by Chris Buchek will bring up the number 9 hitter, left fielder Luis Huguetto, batting .288. 8 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. Hitting .200 against the Stingers, 3 for 15. With a double, a triple, and 1 run batted in. Thrower at 3rd already, 3 steps in on the grass at 3rd as the Avis heads back behind the plate after meeting with Buchek, who breezed through the 2nd, but has thrown 9 pitches here in the 3rd inning, and 8 of them have missed. So another switch hitter batting left-handed against the right-hander Buchek. Thrower in at 3rd. Buchek ready to glance back towards 2nd of the pitch. No sign of a bunt as the curveball misses inside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Buchek struggling with the strike zone here in the 3rd. Now Chris ready. The 1-0 pitch to Huguetto. Fastball right down the middle of strike 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dan Roan now going through the series of signs over at 3rd. Let's see if the bunt's on now. Dan, in a lot of ways, like Mike Brumley, really doesn't like to give up an out on a bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buchek ready. Glances back towards 2nd, and before he can deliver, time called at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. On Luis Huguetto out of Venezuela. Buchek ready. From the belt, the glance back towards 2nd, the pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Huguetto. Buchek, a first-round pick, 20th selection overall in the 2000 draft out of Auburn University. Auburn's not there, but 4 out of the 8 teams in the College World Series out of the SEC. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Huguetto. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a slider. That is strikeout number 2 for Buchek, and there's 1 down here in the 3rd. That'll bring us to the top of the order, Elpidio Guzman, who walked on 4 pitches in the 1st inning. So 2 on, 1 out. Guzman. In his 2nd year in the Mariners organization, his 6th overall in professional baseball. Originally an Angel farmhand. First pitch on the way, and Guzman swings and fouls it back into the screen. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Outfield in and around towards left for Huguetto. That Breeze still blowing out towards right center. Now Buchek ready. The 0-1. Swing at a fastball and a foul back into the screen. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Stingers leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. No balls, 2 strikes on Guzman. Now Buchek nods in agreement with the sign from Nieves. The right-hander ready to glance back, and here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another slider of the dirt. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts after the consecutive walks to open up the inning. And so runners at first and second, 2 outs for Mickey Lopez, who, after Buchek had opened the first inning with 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone, was hacking and tapped up to the third baseman thrower. So 2 on, 2 out here in the third. Lopez, the batter, the Tacoma MVP last year, is voted on by the team. Also the top defensive player for the Rainiers last year, committing only 9 errors. First pitch on the way. Lopez takes high, ball 1. 1-0. Was actually in spring training this year in the Cubs organization, released on the final day, and then signed with Seattle on April the 10th. This was last year, I should say. And he homered in his first at-bat for Tacoma on April the 12th of last year against Las Vegas. Time called as the catcher Nieves out for a quick word with Buchek. Again, Chris walked the first 2 batters of the inning on a total of 9 pitches, and now he has struck out the last 2 batters on 7 pitches. Count on Lopez, 1 ball, no strikes. Buchek ready, the pitch. Bounces into the dirt and through the legs of Will Nieves, and the wild pitch will move the runners up 90 feet. Davis goes to third, Jacobs to second on a rare wild pitch through the legs of Will, who usually blocks just about anything his way. Buchek with his 3rd wild pitch. And so now that moves Davis to third. Jacobs is the potential tying run at second. The count on Mickey Lopez is 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count on Lopez, batting left-handed against the righty Buchek. Chris ready, the 2-0. Breaking ball misses downstairs, ball 3. 3-0 the count, a wide one would load the bases for the number 2 home run hitter in the league. 3 balls, no strikes. Now Buchek's pitch. Fastball outside, he did walk him. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. The batter, Justin Leone, who fouled out into a double play his last time up. And not the guy you want to send up in this situation. For the season, though, Leone 0 for 3 with the bases loaded. So far, this is the 6th batter, and nobody's put the ball in play. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. But something's got to give here. Stingers 2-0 lead in jeopardy here in the bottom of the third. Buchek with the bases loaded 2 out will work from the stretch. His first pitch on the way to Leone. Swung on and lifted foul. First base side out of play. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike of the right-hand batter. Mentioned earlier, Leone, 3 of his 6 hits against the Stingers have been home runs. 1 against Buchek, 1 against Brandon Emanuel, the other against Jason Middlebrook. No balls, 1 strike the count on Leone as Buchek delivers. Fastball in tight to the right-hand batter. The count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. No place to put him. Leone straightaway stance right on top of the plate. Now Buchek comes set. After getting the sign from Nieves, Chris Reddy, here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Buchek already has walked 4 batters in the ball game. That equals his season high as he walked 4 batters in a no decision at Oklahoma on May the 20th. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Buchek ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leone out of the batter's box, unwrapping and rewrapping the Velcro strap on his left batting glove before stepping back into the batter's box. Still slivers of sunshine in right and on the right side of the infield. 2-2 the count on Leone. Buchek from the belt ready. The pitch. Into the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Nieves, and that fills the count at 3-2. And so with 2 out, the base is full. The runners will be on the move with the pitch. Leone taking some practice cuts outside the batter's box. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Davis the runner at third, Jacobs at second, Lopez at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Davis the sign down, the target up. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. The merry-go-round starts, and it's high, ball 4. 4th walk of the inning. And now, for the first time, the pitching coach, Rich Bombard, heads to the mound as the run comes home. Leone picked up a 39th run batted in, and so the bases remain loaded with 2 out. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Now here's Bucky Jacobson, the number 1 RBI man on this Tacoma team. So bases loaded. 2 out. Jacobson popped up to the first baseman Kotson his first time up. Buchek's pitch, and Jacobson swings and misses strike 1. He tried to hit that ball to Seattle. No balls, 1 strike to count. 2-1 the ball game in favor of the Stingers. Rainiers still without a hit. 4 walks in the inning here by Buchek. No balls, 1 strike to count on Jacobson. The pitch. Curveball to the dirt, blocked by the catcher Nieves, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A.J. Zapp is due next. So now Jacobs at third, Mickey Lopez at second, and Leone over at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buchek ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Again, Jacobson trying to hit that one out of the yard. One ball, 2 strikes as Buchek is ahead of the hitter. Outfield straight away for Jacobson. Buchek from the belt ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and crushed to center field. Sorensen going back. That's going to be over his head and off the wall at the 4:25 sign. Jacobs, Lopez, and Leone all score on the 3-run double by Bucky Jacobson, and the Rainiers lead it 4-2. For Jacobson, that's his 18th double, and he now has a team-leading 56 runs batted in. Buchek coming in on the 1-2, and Jacobson jumping all over it. That is the first hit of the ball game for Tacoma. As all 4 walks lead to runs here in the third. That'll bring up A.J. Zapp, who struck out swinging his first time up. Now Butchek's pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Zapp, the 8th man to come to bat in the inning. So Butchek's wildness leading to 4 runs here. In the third inning, the pitch, swing, and a miss at a fastball. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the first ball put into play in this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now activity beginning to stir in the Tacoma bullpen. The 1-1 pitch to Zapp. Swing and a ground foul outside the coach's box at first, and the count's 1-2. Left, I say it's Craig Anderson, the starting pitcher. It's been a long inning with all the walks, so he's limbering up down in the right field bullpen. One and 2 the count. Jacobson the lead at second base for the 1-2. Swing at a fastball and a foul back up into the screen. Still 1-2. Jacobson crushed that ball, hitting it to the 320 or the 425 side and straight away center field. With that hit, Jacobson now batting .500 with the bases loaded. 3 for 6. The 1-2 pitch to Zapp. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. But the damage has been done with 4 runs on only 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on the baseball. Base pass. 3 strikeouts and 4 walks in the third for Butchek. At the end of 3, it's Tacoma 4 and the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Phone directory, you can judge your book by its cover. Why don't you check every page? They got what you need. You can judge your book by its cover.
Phone Directories Company wants to thank you for a great year. Did you know Phone Directories has been serving Utah for nearly 33 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for your support. And now that we're into the new year, watch for your local Phone Directories editions arriving soon. That includes Lakeview, Salt Lake Valley, and Provo. Phone Directories Company has books in every city in Utah filled with information. Valuable money-saving coupons, full-page menus to local restaurants, recreation guides, and a lot more. We have proven over and over that you can judge a book by its cover. And to advertise in one of our newest editions, just call us. It's toll-free at 800-228-0801, or you can find us on the web at myphonedirectory.com. Make sure to keep an eye out for your latest edition. It's not just a phone book, it's your area information guide and directory by Phone Directories Company. Just watch for the beautiful cover.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Lots of fakes, roll the crowd down the hoop.
This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station. Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally done out of the 4th inning. It is a 4-2 Tacoma lead now after the 4 runs put up in the bottom of the third. So Jake Crow to try to start something new for the Stingers. Bounced out the third his first time up. Takes a change-up strike on the inside corner just below the belt. 0-1. 4 runs, 1 hit. No errors for Tacoma. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Stingers. No balls, one strike on thrower as Anderson deals. Low and inside the right-hand batter. That evens the count at 1-1. Time now for a look at this date in baseball history. Brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes in the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. 1-1 pitch. Thrower checks his swing on a curveball that misses low. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. On this date in 2002 in San Diego, the Seattle Mariners released outfielder Eugene Kingsale. The Padres immediately grab him. There's a fastball high at 3-1. But nobody informs the Mariner players or coaches that Kingsale has changed teams. After the Mariners take the field for warm-up, several players run back to the clubhouse to tell the coaching staff that Kingsale has jumped ship and is wearing a Padres uniform. There's a swing at a fly ball center field. Elpidio Guzman underneath this one, and he'll put it away for out number 1. One away. That'll bring up Will Nieves, who singled to center and scored on the Brian Gordon home run in the second. Lou Piniella was as surprised as anybody. Kingsale does fly out as a pinch hitter in that game. You'd think the manager would know about a player being released like that. There's a changeup high. Ball 1 to Will. 4-2 Tacoma. We're in the top of the 4th. Now the 1-0 pitch. Davis swings and hits one on 3, hops to first. Down on one knee. Zapp has it. The underhand toss to Anderson in plenty of time for the out. The 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the Salt Lake 4th. That'll bring up Brian Gordon. Pulling up the first pitch he saw from Craig Anderson and deposited over the wall in right center field for his team-leading 12th home run of the year. So 2 outs and the base is empty here. First pitch on the way. Gordon takes a curveball into the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. On this date in 1979, Willie McCovey of the Giants hits his 513th career home run. McCovey becomes the all-time left-handed home run hitter in National League history. 1-0 pitch. Gordon takes a changeup down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On this date in 1978, Pete Rose began his 44-game hitting streak with a couple of hits. Here's Gordon swinging and lofting one down the left field line. A long run for the third baseman, Leone, but he's out there about 40 feet back on the outfield grass to make the catch and retire the side. And the Stingers are up and down in order in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And after 3.5, it's Tacoma 4, the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Two of the fastest growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your item shredded on site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secured personnel do it off-site. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
Hey, this is Dale Shanti from Totally Awesome Computers. Wait until you see my new Bountiful location, man. It rocks! Right on the corner of 5th and 5th, I'm going to have a big old pole sign. Best location in Bountiful. I've been waiting like 7 years for this location. But, little bit of a snag. Check this out. So, I go to my old property manager and I say, okay, how long do we have? They say end of June. So, I want to double check. I had my accountant call them and they go, how long do we have? They said end of June. Okay, no problem. So I signed a new lease on this awesome new location and just everything styling. And then my current property manager say, oh, whoops, we made a mistake. It's not end of June. It's end of May. So now I am out of a Bountiful location for a month. That's really lame. But I got 8 other Totally Off computer stores, so I apologize for the inconvenience for the Bountiful customers, but you can deal with all the other 8 Totally Off computer stores. But next month, man, we will be jamming with the awesomest location up there. Wait till you see it. Totally Awesome.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Go to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's 4-2 Tacoma. Jose Lopez leads things off. He grounded it short his first time up. Takes the slider in at the knees. for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count to the right-hand hitter. The pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Jose Lopez to be followed by Ben Davis and Greg Jacobs, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in Dan Roan's batting order. There's a pitch. Rip towards the hole at short. Backhand stop by Smith. Knocks it down. Can't find the handle on it as he stumbled after trying to come to his stop. And so Lopez is aboard on what will likely go as a hit, and it does. That is the second hit of the ball game for the Rainiers. Here's Ben Davis, who walked and scored the first of the 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Time now to find out who's hot and who's cold at the PCL. Brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Keep cool this summer and warm next winter. Visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. There's a fastball in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Longest active hitting streak belongs to Lance Negro of Fresno at 15 straight. Adam Morrissey of Sacramento has hit safely in 14 in a row. Now Buchek ready. The pitch. Outside of ball, 1-1. Both have fared well. Negro hitting .435 during his streak. Morrissey .426. One ball, 1 strike on Davis. Turn of the toss to first, and the runner is back. Davis, switch-hitting catcher from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Part of a 6-player deal between the Padres and the Mariners. December of 2001. Now the 1-1 pitch. Davis swings at the ground ball right side. Gutierrez has it. Goes to second. That's 1. Throw back to first. Bounced in, and it's time. Boy, Smith avoiding being taken out by Lopez, and Lopez with an awkward slide trying to break up the double play is down near second base. Now go in the books as a 4-6-3 double play, and another $5 is donated to the United Way, courtesy of Taco Maker. But again, Lopez with an awkward slide into second base to try to break up the double play, and he is hurt. A very busy trader, Rob Nadine, out there to take a look at him, and he is checking out the right leg of Jose Lopez. Double play, the second one turned by the Stingers in the ball game. Two outs and nobody on. The batter will be Greg Jacobs, who received one of the 4 walks issued in the 3rd inning. Lopez is sitting up, so we can't tell from here whether the trainer is working on his ankle or his knee. Now that's unusual. He was checking out his right leg. Now he's checking out his left leg, and now they're helping him to his feet. Lopez needing help to walk off the field, and he's not putting very much weight on that right leg at all. So there'll probably be a change defensively for the Rainiers when we move to the 5th inning. While Buchek warms up, let's finish our hot and cold look. Trinidad Hubbard of Iowa has now tied Royce Huffman of New Orleans for the longest consecutive on-base streak this year at 30 games, with Hubbard's, of course, being active, a .417 batting average and a .482 on-base percentage during the streak. Joe Dillon of Albuquerque has a 27-game on-base streak working at .465 average and a .513 on-base percentage. Jamal Strong of Tacoma has a 25-game on-base streak going right now. He is not in the lineup tonight. So all kinds of streaks going on. So Greg Jacobs will be the batter. The right fielder walked and scored in that 4-run 3rd inning put on the board by the Rainiers. So here's Jacobs now. As far as team hot and cold, Iowa red hot. They've won 7 in a row and have opened up a 3.5 game lead over Albuquerque in the Central. Omaha's won 4 straight heading into tonight's play. As they just finished the sweep of Memphis. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike one. The count on Greg Jacobs. On the cold side, the Stingers have lost 3 in a row. Las Vegas has lost 3 in a row. Oklahoma's dropped 4 straight, but Memphis heads into tonight's play having lost 6 in a row. The 0-1 to Jacobs inside with a slider is boot check, backing Jacobs away from the plate, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Bootcheck deals, and Jacobs swings and hits it in the air to right field. Brian Gordon drifting back, now coming in a few steps is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. So in the 4th for the Rainiers, no runs, 1 hit with the double play, nobody left on base. At the end of 4, it remains Tacoma 4 and the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
It's the Hyundai Challenge at your Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers. Considering a Toyota or Honda? Then take the Hyundai Challenge today. According to J.D. Powers, Hyundai ties Honda and beats Toyota in initial quality. And USA Today proclaims that Hyundai surpasses Toyota on overall quality and value. Right now, you can drive home the roomy and rugged Hyundai SUV. Hyundai Challenge price at only $272 per month with 0 down. That's right. Get the rugged reliability of the Hyundai Santa Fe for just $272 a month with 0 down. And you own the car. Let's see Honda or Toyota beat that. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with the Hyundai Advantage, America's best warranty, with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. You can't get that with Honda or Toyota. Take the Hyundai Challenge test drive today at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers, including Riverton Hyundai at the Southtown Auto Mall. Payment based on 4.75 APR, 72 months purchase, less rebate, plus tax, title, license, and fees. See your Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers for details.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Right, trying to check out some of these changes now for the Tacoma Rainiers. Again, Lopez hurt. Jamal Strong will come in and take his place, batting in the 6th position and plays center field. The center fielder, Elpidio Guzman, moves to right, and the right fielder, Jacobs, moves to left, with the left fielder, Ugetto, coming into play shortstop. And a perfect time for our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Tacoma lineup, brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. So it's Greg Jacobs in left, Jamal Strong in center field, and Elpidio Guzman is in right. Justin Leone at third, Luis Ugetto at short, Mickey Lopez at second, and A.J. Zapp is at first. The battery of Craig Anderson pitching, and Ben Davis catching. So the outfield completely rearranged for the Tacoma Rainiers as Derek Gibson stands in. He struck out swinging his first time up. So again, Strong will bat in Jose Lopez's 6th spot. Curveball down and in, swung out and missed. Strike one to Derek Gibson. Went down swinging his first time up. No balls, 1 strike. 4-2 Tacoma here in the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and another change up, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. They're a little frustrated going after those last 2 pitches, neither one of which were close to being a strike. 0-2 the count. Outfield, deep and around towards left for Derek as the 0-2 comes home. Breaking ball low and outside, 1-2 as Gibson lays off of it. Anderson awaits the 1-2. Fastball, strike 3 call to the inside corner just under the belt. 5th strikeout for Anderson, and there's 1 down here in the 5th. That'll bring up Victor Gutierrez, who grounded out to Lopez at second base his first time up. Anderson 0-5 this year. He came into this season with a lifetime 52-32 record in the minors. So here's Victor Gutierrez now. First pitch from Anderson, and it's a curveball low, ball one. 5 in a row retired by the Tacoma left-hander. And go 5 innings for the first time as a starter. Just swinging a foul back to the base of the screen, 1-1. 4 2/3 inning has been his longest appearance. One ball, one strike to count on Gutierrez. As Victor awaits the pitch from Anderson. Swung on, grounded past the mound, the right to the second baseman Lopez, who sidearms it to first in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake fifth. That'll bring us to the top of the order. And Casey Smith, who's 1 for 2. Casey lined a single to center field his last time up. Ken Smith, during that 8-game hitting streak that was snapped yesterday, he hit .500. He was 16 for 32, so he averaged 2 hits per game during the hitting streak. So 2 outs, nobody on for the Stingers here in the fifth as Anderson deals a curveball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. 4-2 Tacoma. We're in the fifth. The pitch bounces with curveball in, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Started his career in 1999 with Everett of the Northwest League, did Anderson, and went 10-2. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and sliced foul out of play down the right field side. 1-2 to count. Led the Northwest League that year in wins with 10, complete games with 2, shutouts with 1, innings pitched with 90. Now the 1-2 offering to Smith. Casey takes low for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All the Major League action's been complete. We'll run down all the scores, both the PCL and the Majors, in the 6th. Smith swings, reaches out, hits a soft liner, caught in short by Ugetto coming in, and that retires the side. 7 in a row retired by Anderson, and we're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's Tacoma 4, the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Finish those weekend chores early. Then reward yourself with a round of golf at the best price in town. Salt Lake City Golf Division announces big savings on great golf with weekend twilight specials for Nibley Park, Glendale, Rose Park, and Wing Point. Saturdays and Sundays after 3. Walk 9 holes at Nibley for just $6. Or play 18 with a card at Wing Point for only $26. Find all the weekend twilight specials online at slc-golf.com.
Mortgage rates have gone up. Hi, this is Scott Borstra with Alta Mortgage Group. Mortgage rates have increased recently, so at Alta Mortgage Group, we've created a new program which offers a rock-bottom fixed interest rate for up to 7 years that is flexible enough to allow you to pay a normal payment based on 10, 15, 20, or 30-year mortgage payments. Or just take a breather and just pay the interest rate. You choose. This program sometimes cuts your mortgage payment in half. These rates are so low you'll have to call 628-9400 for a quote. We can also correct inaccurate credit scores that are making you pay higher interest rates on your loans. This problem of inaccurate credit scores is costing consumers millions of dollars per year. Let us help you today. We can help you correct these credit problems. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400. Or visit us on the web at altamortgagegroup.com. We are here to help you.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally done at the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-2 Tacoma. First pitch swinging, Luis Ugetto swings and misses at a Chris Buchek fastball for strike 1. Now Buchek delivers, showing Bud Ugetto takes the fastball high, 1-1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover. Or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. First the 1-1, flat foul. High up to the stands down to the left of home plate. 1-2 the count. Stingers with Derek Gibson in left, Zach Sorensen in center, and Brian Gordon in right. Jake Thrower at third, Casey Smith at short, Victor Gutierrez at second, and Casey Kochman at first. A battery of Chris Buchek pitching and Will Nieves catching. Now the 1-2. High and inside of the left-hand batter. Evens the count on Ugetto at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Buchek ready, the 2-2. Change up, just missed outside, ball 3. 3-2 the count. Interleague play resumes tomorrow. The Oakland A's, the best record in all of baseball in interleague play. They are now 18-0 when they play against the Central Division. They open up the series in St. Louis tomorrow. 3-2 payoff pitch on the way. Fastball inside, and Buchek walks his 6th batter of the ball game. So runner at first base, nobody out. That'll bring it Albinio Guzman, who's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Most walks in an outing in franchise history, 8. Set by a couple of guys who are currently in the major leagues. Eddie Guardado at Colorado Springs on July 26, 1994, and Mark Redmond at Edmonton July 17th of 97. Redmond, of course, the starting rotation for Oakland, while Guardado's the closer for the Mariners. Runner at first base, nobody out. Now Buchek, the turn of the toss to first. And Ugetto is back. Ugetto, 9 out of 12 in the stolen base department. One of our favorites. Trent Durrington, after spending all the first 2+ months of the season at the major league level with Milwaukee, got sent down to AAA Indianapolis yesterday. Durrington in spot play, 6 for 31, a 194 average, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 1 run batted in. Used more often than not as a pinch runner. First pitch to Guzman, squaring around a bunt, a pitch out, thinking something might be on, but the pitch is outside, and the runner wasn't going. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Four to 2 Tacoma. We're in the 5th. Ugetto the lead at first. There he goes. The pitch is high. Nieves' throw on the money, but not in time. A stolen base for Luis Ugetto as he had a huge jump on Chris Buchek. And so now a runner in scoring position. That's the 10th steal of the year for Ugetto. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes on Guzman with a runner at second base and nobody out. Two balls, no strikes. Buchek's pitch. High fastball, 3-0. Other interleague series that get underway tomorrow. The Angels are at Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. Detroit at Philadelphia. The Mets host Cleveland. Kansas City at Atlanta. Oakland at St. Louis. In a rematch of the 2001 series, the Diamondbacks host the Yankees. Baltimore at Los Angeles. Minnesota visits Montreal. 3-0 pitch to Guzman, way outside, ball 4. That's the 7th walk issued by Buchek tonight. And once again, the pitching coach, Rich Bombard, heads to the mound. Nicky Lopez will be the batter. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. The White Sox will be at Florida. Cincinnati will host Texas. Seattle at Milwaukee. Colorado hosts Boston. Tampa Bay is at San Diego. And Toronto visits San Francisco. Best wishes out to the play-by-play voice of the Toronto Blue Jays, Tom Cheek. You may recall his streak of 4,300-plus consecutive games broken with the passing of his father recently. Missed another game with the funeral for his father, and now is out indefinitely after having a brain tumor removed earlier today. The runners at first and second, nobody out. The corner man in. Lopez shows bunt and takes high, ball 1. Of course, Tom's partner with the Blue Jays broadcast, former voice of the Salt Lake Gulls, Jerry Howard. 1 ball to count on Lopez. Ugetto at second, Guzman at first. Luchek ready to pitch. Swung on, soft liner to short, caught by Smith, shovels to second, and they get the double play. On a bang-bang play, and now Gutierrez looks like he may have hurt himself coming across the bag. That's the third double play turned by the Stingers in the ball game. A soft liner that Ugetto had plenty of time to get back on, but didn't. And Casey Smith with a perfect lead toss to Gutierrez. So now it's a runner at first base, 2 outs. 3 double plays executed by the Stingers tonight. That'll bring up Justin Leone, who brought in the first run with a bases loaded walk in the third. So 2 outs, a runner at first base. Guzman certainly a stolen base threat over there. Now Luchek from the belt ready. First pitch to Leone. Swung on, lifted to deep left. Gibson going back and in front of the track will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, a couple of more walks, and 1 runner left on the base paths. At the end of 5, it's the Tacoma Rainiers 4 and the Salt Lake Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hyundai. Test drive a Hyundai today and find out why J.D. Power states Hyundai beats Toyota in initial quality. Get an award-winning Elantra for just $189 a month with 0 down at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers. Westland Hyundai in Austin and Garth Hyundai downtown Salt Lake. Cedar Mountain Hyundai South Salt Lake. Riverton Hyundai in Sandy and University Hyundai in Orem. Test drive a Hyundai today and see for yourself.
If you have ever considered buying a car, this is the week, and now is the best time to buy, ever. Tim Dolly Nissan of Murray has just received a special allocation of new Nissan to celebrate their grand opening at 4528 South State. They have over 300 cars that must move this week. This event will determine the factory allocation for the year. Tim Dolly Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes to move 300 cars this week. You'll save up to $6,200 on any new Nissan. This is the lowest price ever offered. We'll match your down payment up to $3,000. You'll also save up to $3,500 on any used vehicle, plus no payments for 90 days. 0% financing is available OAC. Buy this week from Tim Dolly Nissan of Murray, and we'll buy your gas for a year. We'll pay for tires and oil changes forever. That's right, forever. Tim Dolly Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes to put you in a new or used vehicle this week. We'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Now is the time to buy, and Tim Dolly Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes. Murray location only, 4528 South State.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, we go to the 6th inning. Stingers trailing by 2. It's 4-2. And for the Stingers, it'll be Zach Sorensen, Casey Kotzman, and Adam Riggs, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Craig Anderson. First pitch change up is high, ball 1. Sorensen has been up twice, and he has struck out twice. Each time swinging. Anderson ready, the 1-0. Swing, and a miss, 1-1. It's also time here in the 6th inning for our check of what else is happening under the lights tonight of the PCL and Major League Baseball, courtesy of GE Lighting. And the new reveal light bulb. 1-1 pitch, Sorensen swings and misses at a curveball, 1-2. You can check out the new reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. In the Pacific Coast League, Omaha and Nashville were rained out in the Music City tonight. Memphis in the 5th at home, leading New Orleans 2-0. Now the 1-2 pitch, Sorensen takes, blowing outside. A ball 2-2 as the Redbirds try to snap that 6-game losing streak. In the 8th at Colorado Springs, Oklahoma pounding in the Sky Sox 10-3. 2-2 pitch down low, and that fills the count at 3-2. Oklahoma breaking it open with a 7-run 5th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Sorensen trying to get on to start the 6th. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, and a foul tip on a changeup hung on to by Davis for the strikeout. That is strikeout number 6 for Craig Anderson. So 1 out. Here's Casey Kotzman, who's reached twice. Once on a single, once on a walk. The 6 strikeouts, a season high for Anderson. In the 9th at Edmonton, Tucson and the Trappers are tied at 1. First pitch to Kotzman. Strike, a fastball in the outside corner above the knees, 0-1. In the 6th at Albuquerque, the slugfest continues. Isotopes leading Iowa at 10-8. The 0-1. Kotzman takes off his right arm. And so he'll head on down to first base. So Kotzman has reached all 3 times on a single walk and now hit in the right arm by a pitch. And for Anderson, that's his 4th batter plus this year. Here's Adam Riggs. 0 for 2. In the 7th at Sacramento, the Rivercats lead Fresno 1-0. And in the 5th inning at Las Vegas, the 51s lead Portland 1-0. So 1 on, 1 out here in the 6th for Adam Riggs. Pitch goes bunt, takes a curveball, low, ball 1. Activity now in the Tacoma bullpen as right-hander and former Salt Lake Buzz pitcher Jeff Harris starts to loosen up. 1 ball to count on Riggs. The pitch into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Davis, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Outfield straight away for Adams. The infield, a double play depth. Anderson's 2-0 delivery. Breaking ball low and inside the right-hand batter. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. Again, the first time this year that Anderson has gone past 4 2/3 innings at a start. As pitching coach for the Rainiers, Rafael Chavez makes his way to the mound. In the American League, Cleveland shut out Baltimore 14-0. Westbrook the winner, 6-2. DuBose the loser, 4-5. No home runs in that game. In the 7th inning of a rain-delayed game, Philadelphia with a 4-run 5th has rallied past Cincinnati 7-5. Again, Jim Thome with his 400th career home run for the Phillies in that one. And the Cubs beat Houston 7-2. Mark Pryor, the winner, 1-1. Roger Clemens handed his first loss of the year. He's 9-1. Tom Walker hit a pair of home runs for the Cubs in that one. Aramis Ramirez and Moises Alou also went deep. Now the 3-0 pitch to Riggs. Green lighting, throws 1 to left. Jacobs going back to the track is there, and he'll make the catch. And back to first base goes Kotzman. So Riggs turned loose on 3-0, sent Jacobs to the warning track. But it's nothing more than at bat for Adam. That'll bring up Jake Thrower, who's 0 for 2. Fly to center field his last time up. Yesterday, the Giants beat Baltimore 7-3. Barry Bonds hit his 676th home run of his career. That was his 500th in a Giants uniform. The pitch, and it's a curveball low, ball 1 to Thrower. Makes the Giants the first team in baseball history to have had 3 players hit at least 500 home runs in that team's uniform. Bonds with 500. Willie Mays at 646 as a Giant. And Mel Ott hit 511. Anderson, the 1-0. Change up his high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Griffey, by the way, not playing for Cincinnati. They don't want him to risk hitting number 500 on the road. They'd like to have him do it at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. 2-0 pitch. Thrower swings and pops it foul. First base side. Zapp has room. Zapp backpedaling towards the Tacoma bullpen. And he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hit. There was a hit batter and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Tacoma 4 and the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877 Dent Pro. That's 877 Dent Pro. Dent Pro Colors. Automotive excellence.
National Auto Plaza Southtown is now National Isuzu at 108th South State. The brand new National Isuzu has to make room for the biggest Isuzu SUV selection ever to come to Utah. Reliable Isuzu Rodeos, the brand new Isuzu Ascenders, and fun-to-drive Axiom Sport utilities are arriving daily. So to accommodate these new vehicles, National Isuzu has to move hundreds of Utah's most premium used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at unbelievably low prices. Take thousands off Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas. Thousands off. Or get even bigger savings on all luxury models from Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. All our used inventories priced to go quickly. Now is your chance to upgrade your vehicle without upgrading your payment. Only at the new National Isuzu, formerly National Auto Plaza Southtown, 108 South State. Call 545-9292 for details. 545-9292. 108 South State is Utah's new home of the largest selection of Isuzus. National Isuzu.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. 4-2 Tacoma. Bucky Jacobson, A.J. Zapp, and Jamal Strong due up to face Chris Butchek. It was Bucky Jacobson who put the Rainiers ahead with his 3-run double in the third. Off a 1-2 pitch from Butchek. He takes low and inside, does the right-hand batter for ball one. 1-0 the count. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Taco Maker. Try the Taco Maker Big Mac Super Taco. Butchek ready, the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. Bobbled by thrower, recovers, and throws to first in plenty of time to get the slow-footed Jacobson for out number one. That'll bring up A.J. Zapp, who's been up twice, and he has struck out twice. That's Big Mac Super Taco, a pound of Mexican fixings and a flour tortilla. The Taco Maker, best Mex under the sun. Taco Maker will donate $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. They've turned 3 tonight, 68 on the year, making the total donation at this point $340. First pitch to Zappa, strike on the outside corner of the knee. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. The outfield straight away for the big left-hand batter. The pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup, 0-2. Zapp in his second year in the Mariners system after spending 7 years with the Atlanta organization. After being the Braves' first-round pick out of Carter Grove High School in Indiana back in 1996. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss to the changeup again. He struck him out. Butchek has spanned Zapp 3 times on the night. That's his 5th strikeout overall. It's 2 up, 2 down here in the Tacoma 6th. Brings up Jamal Strong, batting for the first time after coming into the lineup for the injured Jose Lopez. Strong comes in batting .331, 8 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 20 runs batted in. Strong 3 for 14 with an RBI against Salt Lake pitching. Butchek's first pitch to Strong, fastball high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Houston Astros have recalled infielder Eric Frontlet from their AAA affiliate at New Orleans. 1-0 pitch on the way. Strong takes low and inside, ball 2. Outfitting pitcher Ricky Stone back to the Zephyrs. 2 balls, no strikes to count the pitch. Strong takes a strike down the middle of the belt, 2-1. The Reds have recalled infielder outfielder, former Tacoma Rainier Jermaine Clark from Louisville of the International League. Outfitting pitcher Joe Valentine back to Louisville. There's a breaking ball into the dirt, back to the screen. Ball 3, 3-1. Butchek a wide one away from issuing his 8th walk, which would tie a franchise record. Three balls, 1 strike. Butchek's pitch. Fastball high, and he has walked his 8th batter. So a runner at first base and 2 outs for Ben Davis. walked and scored in the third, grounded into a double play in the fourth. Chris Buchek with an 8th walk night. The runner at first base strong, and you can pick him up and lay him down. Swing and a miss. Step to the first, and Strong dives back in safely, and the count 0-1. By walking, Strong extends his on-base streak to 26 games, the 4th longest in the Pacific Coast League this year. 1 strike the count on Davis. Now Buchek from the belt, ready, the 0-1. There goes Strong, the pitch is high, and Nieves double clutches and throws, not in time. Had trouble getting a grip on the baseball and was unable to get rid of it right away, and that gave Strong the stolen base. And for Jamal Strong, that is his 10th of the year. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 out, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Davis. Now the right-hander ready, the pitch. Change up. Just misses outside for a ball. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Buchek ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count, and a wide one, and he'll set a new franchise record. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. No one in the bullpen for the Stingers right now. Greg Jacobs, the left fielder, is on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike. Buchek from the belt, the pitch on the way to Davis. Fastball, strike at the letters 3-2. Davis had started towards first and tossed his bat aside, thinking that was ball 4. And now instead the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Buchek ready. The 3-2 payoff pitch to Davis. Swing and a miss, and a changeup. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Strikeout number 6 for Chris. No runs, no hits. A walk and 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the 7th inning with a score: Tacoma 4, the Stingers 2, on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's growing.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short choke, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing. And if he can grow, maybe we can all grow.
Oh.
This is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with a new dealership at Jordan Landing, his service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulus Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, go to the 7th inning. It's a 4-2 ball game in favor of Tacoma. And former Salt Lake Buzz right-hander Jeff Harris comes on the pitch now for the Tacoma Rainiers. For Harris, this will be his 4th appearance, his 3rd out of the bullpen for Tacoma. Harris in 8 1/3 innings has given up 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has struck out 7 and walked 1. Harris 1 and 2. With a 3.24 earned run average, the PCL batting 194 against the 6', 190-pound right-hander. Jeff Harris signed on June 4th. Breaking ball outside to Will Davis, ball 1. Pitching down at independent level for the last 3 years, actually. There's a pitch fouled back. Davis has singled and bounced to first. Harris, 8-0 in 1998, 12-3 lifetime in the Salt Lake uniform over 61 appearances during the 98-99 campaign. One ball, 1 strike on Will Davis. There's a breaking ball strike in the outside corner, just above the knees. And the count's 1-2. A lefty up in the Tacoma bullpen as well. The 1-2 breaking ball, strike 3 call in the outside corner above the knees. And Will Davis not particularly enthralled with the call from home plate umpire Scott Latendre. So 1 out. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who has homered and popped up in 2 plate appearances. Craig Anderson's line on the night, 6 innings, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 6 and walked 1. Hit a batter and gave up 1 home run as he looked for his first win of the year against 5 defeats. First pitch on the way to Gordon. 4-2 Tacoma. Now Harris ready. The pitch. Hits and swings. Bounces 1-on-1. Hops to third. Leone in and to his left. Flags it down and throws him out to retire the side. So Jeff Harris works a 1-2-3 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch time here in Tacoma. Brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness. Now with 3 locations: Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's Tacoma 4, the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate at Franklin Covey Field, taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Mortgage rates have gone up. Hi, this is Scott Forster with Alsa Mortgage Group. Mortgage rates have increased recently, so at Alta Mortgage Group, we've created a new program which offers a rock-bottom fixed interest rate for up to 7 years that is flexible enough to allow you to pay a normal payment based on 10, 15, 20, or 30-year mortgage payments. Or just take a breather and just pay the interest rate you choose. This program sometimes cuts your mortgage payment in half. These rates are so low you'll have to call 628-9400 for a quote. We can also correct inaccurate credit scores that are making you pay higher interest rates on your loans. This problem of inaccurate credit scores is costing consumers millions of dollars per year. Let us help you today. We can help you correct these credit problems. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400. Or visit us on the web at altamortgagegroup.com. We are here to help you.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
To the bottom of the seventh inning, 4-2 Tacoma. It'll be Greg Jenkins, Luis Huguetto, and Elpidio Guzman. The 891 hitters due up to face Chris Buchek, who delivers the strike on the outside corner. He's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Jenkins, who walks to score to the third, fly to right of the fourth. No balls, 1 strike to count. Buchek's pitch. Swung on, popped up foul to the left of home plate and out of play, 0-2. Right-hander Ben Weber starts the throw down to the Salt Lake bullpen. Don't forget to be on the lookout each game for the Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time the Stingers extend their lead after the 5th inning, that's the Geico Insurance run. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico Insurance run of the game. So far this season, there have been 15, so that makes the total donation $150. No balls, 2 strikes to count. On Greg Jenkins, as Buchek delivers. Swinging a ground ball right side. Kotzman charges, glove. The underhand lead toss to Buchek in plenty of time for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Luis Huguetto, who has struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances. The 1 out, base is empty. 4-2. And Tacoma scoring all 4 of their runs in the third on 4 walks and a 3-run double. So here's Huguetto now. The pitch. Strike, a changeup 0-1. Stingers haven't had a hit since a leadoff single in the third by Casey Smith. 0-1 the count on Huguetto. Now Buchek delivers. Huguetto runs up, showing bunt, taking low for a ball, 1-1 as he pulled the bat back in time. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Kotzman now in a few steps at first base, now dropping back to 1-1. Swing and a miss with a slider, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Veteran Tom Glavine, surprisingly, after a terrible year last year, he's 7-3 this year for the Mets, and now has the major league lead with a 2.03 earned run average, lowest among the qualifiers. Now the wind of the 1-2 to Huguetto. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 8 for Buchek. So he has just as many walks as strikeouts, 8. Here's Elpidio Guzman, who hasn't put the ball in play yet. He's walked twice, and he is struck out. In the Stingers' 8th, it'll be Gutierrez, Smith, and Sorensen. The 9-1 and 2 hitters due up. 2 outs, nobody on. Buchek delivers. Swinging a ground ball, pass first. Diving stop by Kotzman. Gets up. And the upper hand lead to Buchek in time for the out. Well, I heard good things about this kid's defensive play around first. He showed a little weather on that one, taking the diving stop towards the line to take extra bases away from Elpidio Guzman. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the 8th. It's still Tacoma 4, the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty. Special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with pace and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, go to the 8th inning. Left-hander Randy Williams now on the pitch for the Tacoma Rainiers after Jeff Harris worked the perfect 1, 2, 3, 7th inning. The lefty Williams facing the righty Victor Gutierrez, and he takes low, ball 1. Williams making his 21st appearance of the year out of the Tacoma bullpen. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul out of the glove of the catcher Ben Davis. 1-1 the count. Williams 2-0 with 2 saves at a 2.34 earned run average. TCL batting just 192 against the lefty Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The pitch. Breaking ball low, 2-1 the count. Williams making his 3rd appearance against Salt Lake. He's pitched 3 in the 3rd inning so far this year and has not allowed a hit. 2-1 pitch. The fastball sinks low, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Victor Gutierrez with Casey Smith due next. Now Williams pitch low and inside, ball 4. The leadoff fans aboard for the Stingers here in the 8th. First is call to the bullpen for Tacoma, bringing in Randy Williams. Brought to you by Connected Wireless. Stay connected, or get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless. Call 205-FREE for the location nearest you. So, runner at first base, nobody out. To the top of the order in Casey Smith, who's 1 for 3. Struck out swinging in the 1st. Single to center in the 3rd and lined up to short in the 5th. Williams ready to pitch. Smith takes the strike 0-1. Not a bunting situation. The Stingers trailing by 2 here. Ben Weber throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. He'll come on in the bottom of the 8th. Now Williams ready. The 0-1 to Smith. Fastball, chop foul. In between the coach's box and the bag at first. The count on Casey Smith, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. They're in another rain delay at Philadelphia with the Phillies leading the Reds 7-6 in the 7th inning. Oh, and 2 the count on Smith. Williams ready. The pitch. Outside a ball. 1-2 the count. Another left-hander. Down in the Tacoma bullpen. George Sherrill, who has been outstanding this year, particularly against left-handed hitters. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Smith. The pitch. Swing and a foul. That one glances off the glove. The catcher Davis. Still 1-2. Stingers trailing 4-2. We're at the top of the 8th inning. Glad you could be with us on this Monday night. And a doubleheader tomorrow. We'll be on the air at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high. 2-2 the count. And don't forget, tomorrow night over on 1320 KFAN, it's Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Will it be the last game of the final? 2-2 pitch to Smith. Swing and a miss with a fastball away. He struck it out. One down in the 8th. That is the 9th strikeouts combined by Tacoma pitching in the ball game. So one out. Here's Zach Sorensen, who's had a rough night of it. At least against Craig Anderson, he was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Williams in his 5th year. Originally drafted by the Cubs in 97. Out of Lamar. First pitch, Sorensen takes high, ball 1, but he missed his first season after being drafted with surgery to tighten the capsule in his left shoulder. Then he missed the 2001 and 2002 seasons after Tommy John surgery. Now the 1-0. Sorensen takes low, ball 2. 2-0 the count with Casey Kotzman on deck. Two balls, no strikes on Sorensen. The infield is double play depth with Leone guarding the line at third. Now the pitch. Low and inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. That opens up a little bit of a hole between third and short. Good. Larger than usual. Well, with Kotzman due next, you may see a change if Sorensen reaches. Now the pitch, and it's high, ball 4. He does. So 2 walks issued in the inning by Williams. And the Stingers have runners at first and second with 1 out, and that's going to get Dan Rowan out of the first base dugout. He wants to bring in the mighty tough George Sherrill. And we'll tell you why he's bringing in Sherrill when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a connected wireless pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Del Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. I got to tell you about that airplane I went to look at. That thing was cool. It was a Cirrus SR-22 G2 with a glass cockpit. The thing had a scope that would tell you where all the other aircraft were in the sky, had a weather scope, autopilot, had everything in this little airplane that just hauled butt. This thing was as fast as some of the twin-engine planes that cost like 10 times more money. That is a deal. The Cirrus SR-22 G2, that is a bargain. If you're looking for an aircraft, definitely check that one out before you go buying anything. Cirrus SR-22 G2. That is a cool little plane, man. The thing just hauls. Anyway, I had a blast doing that. I like meeting with people. If you want to give me your sales pitch or have me go over your business plan with you or something, just drop a check off for $1,000 to any of my stores. I'll be happy to meet with you and help you in any way I can.
Hyundai. Test drive a Hyundai.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Left-hander George Sherrill coming on for Tacoma, and Sherrill making his 25th appearance of the year in 34 innings. He's given up only 24 hits, just 7 runs all earned. And look at this, 45 strikeouts to 6 walks. He's 2-0 with 6 saves and a 1.82 earned run average. The PCL batting just 190 against Sherrill. Lefties only wish they could bat 190 against Sherrill. Left-handed batters are 3 for 43 against George Sherrill this year, with 25 of those 40 outs being strikeouts. So a tough call here for Casey Kotzman with 2 on and 1 out. Lefty against lefty here. Kotzman is single, walked, and has been hit by a pitch. Infield a double play depth. Sherrill ready to pitch. Fastball high and inside. Ball 1 leads Casey back out of the way. Sherrill has spent 4.5 years at independent ball, signed last July by the Mariners from Winnipeg. The 1-0 pitch. Kotzman takes the fastball in at the knees. A strike 1-1. He's given up 2 hits, no runs in 3 2/3 innings against the Stingers this year, striking out 7 in 3 2/3. Now Sherrill ready. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside at the knees. Ball 2. 2-1 to count on Kotzman with Adam Riggs due next. On his second base, Victor Gutierrez. Zach Sorensen at first. They each reached on walks. The 2-1 pitch to Kotzman. Swung on and top foul over our heads and out of play. Evens the count at 2-2. This guy's come out of nowhere and had a magnificent year. One of the big things, though, for Sherrill is that he has lost 60 pounds. Now he's built 210 at 6 feet tall. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Kotzman. The pitch. Swung on in line towards left. Jacobs on the run. Gets through and it bounces by him and goes to the wall. Here's Gutierrez around third. He will score. Sorensen being held up at third on an RBI double by Casey Kotzman. And it's now a 4-3 ball game in favor of Tacoma. Well, the lefty Kotzman doesn't care about the stats that Sherrill has put up against left-handers to this point. So now the Stingers have the tying run at third and the lead run at second base. Kotzman with his first Salt Lake run batted in. Runners at second and third, 1 out for Adam Riggs, who's 0 for 3. Then Greg Jacobs to the warning track and left his last time up. Swinging at a 3-0 pitch. Riggs takes low and inside, ball 1. Riggs 0 for 1 against Sherrill this year. That run, of course, charged to Williams, and he's responsible for Sorensen at third. The infield back conceding the run on a ground ball. The 1-0. Swung on, and that's what Riggs was trying to do, going after that pitch away, but he tapped it foul to the right side. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the double by Kotzman, the 5th into the ball game for the Stingers. Now the 1-1. Riggs takes low and outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count with Jake Thrower on deck. Hunter at third. Sorensen the tying run. Kotzman the lead run at second. The 2-1 to Riggs. Swung on and sliced foul out of play into the seats down the right field line. Evens the count at 2-2. That ball getting by Jacobs in the corner, but only 325 down the line, so there was no way that Sorensen, with Jacobs being able to recover that ball quickly, he could score first on that 2-base hit by Kotzman. 2-2 the count on Riggs. Sherrill's pitch. Breaking ball to the third, blocked by the catcher Davis to keep the run at third. So now the count on Riggs is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stingers trying to come back here in the 8th. They trail by a run now at 4-3. Now Sherrill ready. The payoff pitch to Riggs. Swing at a fastball and a foul tip hung on to by Davis for the strikeout. Big out there. The ball wasn't put in play, and so now 2 outs. And here's Jake Thrower, who's 0 for 3. Fouled out to first his last time up. So now it'll take a base hit to bring in the run. Just a routine grounder to any infielder but third would have brought in the tying run. So Thrower the batter. Struck out the only time he faced Sherrill this year, and he takes fastball low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Sorensen at third, Kotzman at second. The 1-0. Thrower swings and loops one into left center field. Coming in and over, Jamal Strong lets it drop. In the score, Sorensen. Kotzman scores the go-ahead run as Strong got fooled on that fly ball to left center field. And the Stingers have taken the lead 5-4. Boy, he acted like he had it all the way, and then it surprised him. The ball fell about 20 feet short. And so Jake Thrower comes through with a 2-out single, 2-run single. Put the Stingers ahead. Wow. Now here's Will Niemitz, who's 1 for 3. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Ugetto got it, juggled, recovers, throws to second base, who gets the force out Thrower to retire the side. But the Stingers come up big in the eighth. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on the base path. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's now the Stingers 5 and Tacoma 4 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dan the Laptop Man from PC Laptops, and our 2005 models are arriving. You've heard about our Annihilator. You've heard about our 224. They just keep getting better and better and better. What does that mean to you? We need to blow out our 2004's remaining inventory. What are we going to do? We're giving the most psychotic deals that we've ever given. Plus, 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months. If you've got any other brand of laptop, I don't care if it's got a 44 Magnum hole in it. Bring it in. We'll take it on trade-in. Any laptop on trade-in. You've got to check out our new 2005 models. They're incredible. Now, our 2004 models, they're upgradable. They're fast. They come with the same great warranties as our 2005s. So get on down to any one of our 5 PC Laptop locations right now, and we'll get you taken care of. Visit PC Laptops. We love you.
Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Hyundai. Test drive a Hyundai today and find out why J.D. Power states Hyundai beats Toyota in initial quality. Get an award-winning Elantra for just $189 a month with 0 down at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers. Westland Hyundai in Austin, Ken Garth Hyundai, downtown Salt Lake, Cedar Mountain Hyundai, South Salt Lake, Riverton Hyundai in Sandy, and University Hyundai in Orem. Test drive a Hyundai today and see for yourself.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, Chris Butchek went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He struck out 7, but tied a franchise record with 8 walks, yet he could get the win. He's in position for it as his teammates have scored 3 runs for him in the 8th, and now Ben Weber comes on the pitch for the Stingers. He is not fared well his first 2 times out in the Stingers uniform. So the Stingers now with the lead here in the 8th inning. Weber given up 8 runs, 6 of them earned on 6 hits in an inning and 2/3 in a Salt Lake uniform. With a chance to hold the lead here for Chris Butchek as he'll face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Nicky Lopez, Justin Leone, and Bucky Jacobson. Dan Weber ready to pitch. Little soft slider to short right and over the glove of the second baseman Gutierrez into right field, a base hit. Victor racing back, jumped up but could not haul it in. The leadoff man's aboard for Tacoma here in the 8th. That'll bring up Justin Leone. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run batted in. So Ben Weber on, and this shakeup of the Stingers lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. Jake's Over the Top now has slow roasted pork sandwiches with slow roasted pork, pepper jack cheese, barbecue sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, and fried onion strings served with a hot deli roll for only $3.49. And Jake's, they don't stop at the top. Oh, runner at first base. Nobody out the pitch. Swinging a ground foul at third base side. Strike 1. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 4-3-0 for Tacoma. The hit by Lopez, the first. Jose Lopez led off the 4th with a single for Tacoma. No balls, 1 strike the count on Leone. The pitch, there goes the runner. Swinging a ground ball foul again. Past the dugout at third. The count's 0-2. Lopez, his 5 out of 8 in the stolen base department. Five to 4, Salt Lake here in the 8th. Weber gave up 2 unearned runs in his first appearance for the Stingers on a 2-out error and subsequent home run. Then he got touched for 6 runs the last time out by Sacramento. Hard hit ball, some other seeing eye grounders that just snuck in down the line. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Leone. Then Weber tries to turn things back around in his favor to get back to the big league. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 8 for Stingers pitching in the ball game, and there's one down here in the 8th. Now here's Bucky Jacobson, who put Tacoma ahead of the 3rd with a 3-run double. Weber in 18 appearances for the Angels, 0-2 with an 8.06 earned run average. By the way, yesterday, tough luck. The Angels losing in 15 innings to the Cubs, 6-5. Matt Hensley pitched well in relief, but gave up the winning run in the 15th inning. His 4th inning of work. Throw to first base, and Lopez is back. Now the right-hander ready to pitch, or to toss to first, and the runner's back. Hensley 4 innings last night. I don't think he even went 4 innings in a relief appearance, but again in late extra innings like that, they needed him to go deep. Now Weber ready, and the first pitch to Jacobson. Tried to hold up, but couldn't do it. A strike 0-1. 3 innings had been Hensley's longest outing for Salt Lake this year, and he'd only done it once, and that was way back on the 19th of April. 0-1, the count on Jacobson. The outfield shaded towards right for the big right-hand batter. Weber steps off and stares Lopez back to first. Fans here in Tacoma getting on him. Weber pitching in the PCL for the first time since 2000 with Fresno. There goes the runner. The pitch low and inside. Davis's throw on the money. 6. I don't know they would have had him anyway, but Gutierrez fielded that throw on the outfield side of second base, and he had to reach forward to make the tag. And Lopez snuck in with the head first slide. So Lopez with his 6th stolen base of the year. And now the tying runs in scoring position for Tacoma with 1 out, with a 1-ball, 1 strikeout on Bucky Jacobson. Already has 3 RBI tonight. That gives him 56 on the year, tops on the Tacoma Ball Club, and tops in the Pacific Coast League. Weber ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch instead. The whirl, and he looks Lopez back to second as Gutierrez came over from his second base position to take a potential throw. Where's Jacobson, you might recall, up in Weber County. Began his pro career with the Ogden Raptors in 1997. The 1-1 pitch. Down low for a ball, 2-1. And in just 67 games, he drove in 52 runs for the Raptors with 8 home runs, and he batted .328. Last year, he drove in 84 runs in 131 games for Tennessee. Second most RBI in the Southern League. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Jacobson. Weber's pitch. Broken bat, grounded to third. Up with his thrower. The throw to first base and plenty of time for the out. The barrel of the bat ends up in short left field. So 2 down. And the tying run at third here in the 8th. There's 1 chunk of bat that ended up between the home plate and the mound, and then the barrel of the bat spun all the way out to the outfield. Now here's A.J. Zapp. 0 for 3 on the night. He has struck out 3 times. Nicky Lopez, the tying run for the Rainiers at third after the Stingers had scored 3 in the top of the inning to take the lead. A single, a stolen base, and a ground out has put Nicky Lopez at third. Weber trying to work out of the trouble here in the 8th. The pitch. And Zapp takes the fastball outside of the knees. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Weber waving that glove around his body as the pitch comes in. A fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. Then with that big herky-jerky motion, not a motion that, I don't know when he picked it up. May have picked it up when he started with the Angels, because I don't recall it with Fresno. Now, he may have done it, I just don't remember it. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Zapp. Weber ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 1-2 the count. Knapp with a big cut, but he came up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stingers 5, Tacoma 4 here in the bottom of the 8th. The Rainiers with a runner at third, 2 out. The 1-2 pitch to Zapp. Fastball just outside of the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stingers took a 2-0 lead in the second on a home run with a man on by Brian Gordon. Rainiers scored 4 runs in the third on a bases-loaded walk and a 3-run double by Jacobson, but an RBI double by Kochman and a 2-run single by Thor. In the 8th, put the Stingers ahead. Now the 2-2 pitch to Zapp. Swing and a miss. He struck him out in the top of the 5th. For both the pitcher Weber and the catcher Nieves, as Zapp retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the 9th. It's the Stingers 5 and Tacoma 4 on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the Yellow Pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 9th inning. Stingers trying to pad a 5-4 lead. Will be Brian Gordon, Derek Gibson, and Victor Gutierrez to face the left-hander George Sherrill. And the first pitch to Brian is low ball 1. Gordon 1 for 3. That 1 and 2-run home run. Off the base of the right standard and right center field here at Cheney Stadium. Sherrill's pitch to Gordon, swinging a foul back down to the screen, and that evens the count of 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Greg Jones up in the Stingers bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Gordon as Sherrill deals. Breaking ball outside of the knees as Gordon shows bunt. 2-1 the count. 4 finals already in the Pacific Coast League tonight, including one game that started at the same time as this one. There's a fastball in at the knees and strike 2-2. That was in Sacramento where the River Cats beat the Grizzlies 5-0. Ryan Jensen of Cottonwood High takes the loss. He's 4-4. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gordon. Sherrill's pitch. Third ball, the beauty. Strike 3 call. That's the knee. That's Sherrill's second strikeout, and that is the 11th for Tacoma pitching in the ball game, and there's 1 down here in the 9th. Here's Derek Gibson, who's 0 for 3. Bounced out to third his last time up. The other finals in 10 innings. Edmonton beat Tucson 3-2. Tucson had scored a run at the top of the 10th to go ahead, but the Trappers scored 2 at the bottom of the inning to win it. Memphis did end their 6-game losing streak, beating New Orleans 4-2. Gibson swings. There's a high drive to deep left. Jacobs going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it is gone. Out of the parking lot in left field. Derek Gibson with his 4th home run of the year, and the Stingers now have a 2-run lead at 6-4. A high, towering, prodigious cloud Off the bat of Derek Gibson, and that's another Mountain America home equity home run. Finance your home equity or construction loan today with Mountain America Credit Union. For George Sherrill, that is the 4th home run that he's given up this year. As Gutierrez takes a healthy cut and comes up empty, strike one. No balls, 1 strike to Victor, who walks to lead off the 8th and scored the first of the 3 runs, and he fouls off another 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. For Tacoma, it'll be Strong, Davis, and Jacobs, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, 2 up. In the 9th, swing and a miss with a fastball. He struck him out. 2 down here in the 9th. That'll bring us to the top of the order, and Casey Smith is 1 for 4. Oklahoma beat Colorado Springs tonight 11-3. Oklahoma ending a 4-game losing streak with that one. Iowa's 7-game winning streak in jeopardy. Smith takes high and inside a changeup, ball 1. As the Cubs trail Albuquerque 11-9, coming to bat in the 9th inning. 1-0. Inside at the belt, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Smith. 6-4 Salt Lake here in the 9th. Pitch. Smith hits it on the ground towards second, gobbled up by Mickey Lopez. The step of the throw, and that'll do it for the Stingers. In the 9th inning, 1 run on 1 hit. The home run by Derek Gibson. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Stingers 6 and Tacoma 4 on ESPN 1230.
If you have ever considered buying a car, this is the week, and now is the best time to buy, ever. Tim Dahle Nissan of Murray has just received a special allocation of new Nissan to celebrate their grand opening at 4528 South State. They have over 300 cars that must move this week. This event will determine the factory allocation for the year. Tim Dahle Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes to move 300 cars this week. You'll save up to $6,200 on any new Nissan. This is the lowest price ever offered. We'll match your down payment up to $3,000. You'll also save up to $3,500 on any used vehicle, plus no payments for 90 days. 0% financing is available OAC. Buy this week from Tim Dahle Nissan of Murray, and we'll buy your gas for a year. We'll pay for tires and oil changes forever. That's right, forever. Tim Dahle Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes to put you in a new or used vehicle this week. We'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Now is the time to buy, and Tim Dahle Nissan of Murray will do whatever it takes. Murray location only, 4528 South State.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where DenPro Colors comes along. DenPro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENPRO. That's 877-DENPRO. DenPro Colors, automotive excellence. Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 9th inning. Stingers trying to hold on to a 2-run lead, and Greg Jones has been assigned to try to keep it. Greg making his 8th appearance, trying for his first save since joining the ball club. In 8 1/3 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He's struck out 5 and walked 5. He's 1-0 with a 3.24 earned run average. DCL batting .353 against Greg. It'll be Jamal Strong to lead things off. He came into the ball game in the 5th inning, and he's walked his only time up, and he takes low, ball 1. Jamal Strong, Ben Davis, and Greg Jacobs, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, are due up for Tacoma. 1-0 pitch. Strong takes low, ball 2. Greg Jones in on this connected wireless pitching change. Now Jones ready, the 2-0. Breaking ball outside, ball 3. You don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. That's a bad sign. Strike, give it to the knees, 3-1. He's the ball Strong. Now Jones ready. And he misses high, ball 4. And the leadoff man's aboard for Tacoma in the ninth. And that brings the tying run to the plate. Here's Ben Davis, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Greg Jones. Last worked on the 11th of June. Gave up a walk, a strikeout in 1 inning. Did not allow a hit or a run, however. And this is his first save situation. As a whole, the bullpen. 7 out of 13 in save situations. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Tacoma has more saves than the Stingers have save opportunities. No balls, 1 strike. There goes Strong. The pitch, fastball strike. Nieves' throw slips out of his hands and goes to second base on 3 bounces. So Strong has his second stolen base of the game and his 11th. But again, at this point, that run is meaningless. Strong could walk in and the Stingers would still have the lead. But that is the 4th stolen base for the Rainiers tonight. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Davis with a runner at second base now and nobody out. Davis, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty Jones. The 0-2 pitch on the way, swinging a ground foul at the first base side. Still 0-2. The Stingers with Gibson, Sorensen, and Gordon left, center, and right. Throwers, Smith, Gutierrez, and Kotzman, the infield third to first. A battery of Ben Weber pitching and Will Nieves catching. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Davis. Jones pitch. Swing and a miss at a good slider. He struck him out. 1 down here in the ninth. That's the 10th strikeout for Stingers pitching in the ball game. So 1 away. That'll bring up Greg Jacobs, who has walked, flied to right, and grounded to first. Jones with a fastball, slider, and change. And he's rehabbing. He's on a major league rehab assignment. Missed all of spring training with shoulder tendonitis. 1 out, a runner at second base. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 4 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Tacoma. Now, the right-hander Jones ready to pitch. And the fastball to Jacobs hit us at ease for a strike, and it's 0-1. And Ben Weber works the eighth. He gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, and did not walk a batter, and he stranded at that point the tying run at third. Now the 0-1 to Jacobs. Swing and a miss with a slider down and in, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The outfield straight away and deep. They don't want a ball to get in between them into the gap and allow the tying run to get into scoring position. Jacobs is to get a hit. They want to make sure it stays a single. Jones peers in for the sign from Nieves, and now he steps off. And Jacobs steps out. Luis Ghetto is on deck. Now Jones ready. The glance back towards second. The 0-2 home. Swing and a miss with a slider in the dirt. Drops third strike. Nieves holds the runner at second and throws to first for the out. 2 down here in the ninth. Now here's Luis Ghetto. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and a walk. The Stingers 1 out away from claiming game 1 of this series. And I mentioned if they have any hope trying to get back into the race, I think they need to win 4 out of 6. That would get us back to 10 with 4 more teams left against the Rainiers. That would still be a long haul, but Stingers slowly but surely getting some players back. 2 out, the runner at second base. Ghetto, the batter. Jones ready to glance back at the pitch home. Fastball into the knees, and strike at its 0-1. The outfield shaded towards left a bit for Huguetto. Hodgman guarding the line at first. Jones ready, the 0-1. Fastball struck on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Huguetto out of the batter's box momentarily. Slowly making his way back in. No balls, 2 strikes. The ball strong at second base. Stingers leading by 2 at 6-4. Now Jones steps off and steps back on. And now he wants Will Nieves to come out. Again, with the runner at second base, the catcher goes through a series of signs. One of them being an indicator, which means generally the next signal is the pitch that he's calling for. Just to try to throw off the runner at second base so he can't tip off the hitter on what's coming. Not that every hitter wants to know what's coming. Some just don't. They don't need any extra thought messing up their mind. Now Jones ready, the 0-2. He struck him out of the slider again. The drop third strike, the tag applied, and the Stingers win game 1 here in Tacoma as they come from behind with 3 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th to pick up the W here in Tacoma tonight. A lead-off walk put a scare into everyone here in the 9th, but Greg Jones then struck out the next 3 batters to come away with the save. In the 9th for the Rainiers. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 runner left on the base path. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 6 and the Tacoma Rainiers 4. They'll be back with the 10th inning show in just a few moments here on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
National Auto Plaza Southtown is now National Isuzu at 108 South State. The brand new National Isuzu has to make room for the biggest Isuzu SUV selection ever to come to Utah. Reliable Isuzu Rodeos, the brand new Isuzu Ascenders, and fun-to-drive Axiom Sport utilities are arriving daily. So to accommodate these new vehicles, National Isuzu has to move hundreds of Utah's most premium used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at unbelievably low prices. Take thousands off Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas. Thousands off. Or get even bigger savings on all luxury models from Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. All our used inventories priced to go quickly. Now is your chance to upgrade your vehicle without upgrading your payment. Only at the new National Isuzu, formerly National Auto Plaza Southtown, 108 South State. Call 545-9292 for details. 545-9292. 108 South State is Utah's new home of the largest selection of Isuzus. National Isuzu.
The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to the Pacific Northwest, Genie Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where the Salt Lake Stingers came from behind tonight to defeat the Tacoma Rainiers by a final score of 6-4. It's the first time all season that the Stingers have won a game on the road with trailing after 7 innings as they scored 3 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th, handing George Sherrill his first loss of the year for the Tacoma Rainiers. Taking a look at the totals in the ball game. First of all, for the Stingers, 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and they left 4 men on base. For the Tacoma Rainiers, 4 runs on just 3 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base. The winning pitcher, Chris Buchek, now 4 and 6 on the year. The losing pitcher is George Sherrill. He dropped 2 and 1 on the season. Greg Jones records his first save in his first save situation of the season in a Salt Lake uniform. Time of the game, 2 hours and 35 minutes. And the paid attendance here tonight, 3,604, as the Stingers move to 24 and 39 on the year, while Tacoma drops to 33 and 26. Tacoma leading the season series 4 games to 3 still after this win by the Stingers. Again, the Stingers were down 4-2 in the 8th. Reliever Randy Williams walked 2 of the 3 batters he faced, putting runners at first and second base and 1 out. And in the key at bat, Casey Kotzman was at the plate. And as we had documented, Sherrill allowed left-handed batters only 3 hits in 43 at bats so far this year, an 0.73 average, and Kotzman on a 2-2 pitch sliced one into the left field corner for an RBI double, going the other way with that pitch to cut it to 4-3, and then with 2 outs, big thrower hit what appeared to be a routine fly to somewhat shallow left center field. Looked like Jamal Strong, the center fielder, had it all the way, but he actually had misjudged it, and you could see the look in shock on his body reaction as the ball dropped about 15 to 20 feet in front of him for a 2-run single, as Zach Sorensen came across with a tying run. And Casey Kotzman came home with the winning run, and Derek Gibson adding a little insurance to the 9th inning with his solo homer, a bomb to left center field with 1 out off of Sherrill. That made it 6-4, and that gave Greg Jones a little room to work with after he walked the leadoff man. Jamal Strong in the 9th. He stole second base, but Jones able to strike out Ben Davis, Greg Jacobs, and Luis Huguetto in that order without throwing a pitch out of the strike zone, I might add. And despite a night in which he walked his record-tying 8 batters in 7 innings, Chris Buchek winds up with the win in tonight's ball game. So the Stingers win it by a final score of 6-4 to snap their 3-game losing streak. We'll come back and take a look at the other scores around baseball after this on ESPN 1230.
On the Red you can judge a book by its cover. Why don't you check every page? The guide what you need. You can judge a book by its cover.
Phone Directories Company wants to thank you for a great year. Did you know Phone Directories has been serving Utah for nearly 33 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for your support. And now that we're into the new year, watch for your local Phone Directories editions arriving soon. That includes Lakeview, Salt Lake Valley, and Provo. Phone Directories Company has books in every city in Utah filled with information. Valuable money-saving coupons, full-page menus to local restaurants, recreation guides, and a lot more. We have proven over and over that you can judge a book by its cover. And to advertise in one of our newest editions, just call us. It's toll-free at 800-228-0801, or you can find us on the web at myphonedirectory.com. Make sure to keep an eye out for your latest edition. It's not just a phone book, it's your area information guide and directory by Phone Directories Company. Just watch for the beautiful cover.
Opportunity isn't just knocking, it's pounding. Right now, you can pick any new Honda motorcycle, scooter, or ATV in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years through American Honda Finance Corporation. So get down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Financing available to qualified buyers. Payment example, 60 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 financed. Offer good through June 30th, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hyundai. Test drive a Hyundai today and find out why J.D. Power states Hyundai beats Toyota in initial quality. Get an award-winning Elantra for just $189 a month with 0 down at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers. Westland Hyundai in Austin, Ken Garff Hyundai, downtown Salt Lake, Cedar Mountain Hyundai, South Salt Lake, Riverton Hyundai in Sandy, and University Hyundai in Orem. Test drive a Hyundai today and see for yourself.
Now, back to more Steelers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, welcome back to Tacoma, where the Stingers prevailed tonight by a final score of 6-4. Time to check out what else happened under the lights tonight, the Pacific Coast League, as well as Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal Light Bulb. Check out the new Reveal Bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. First of all, the Pacific Coast League, Omaha and Nashville were rained out. There's only one game that's still in progress in the PCL. They're in the 8th at Las Vegas with The Portland Beavers and the 51s tied at 2-2. All the other games are in the books. Oklahoma snapped a 4-game losing skid, beating Colorado Springs at Sky Sox Stadium 11-3. The Iowa Cubs had their 7-game winning streak ended tonight by Albuquerque. The Isotopes win it 11-9. Memphis topped New Orleans 4-2 to end the Redbirds' 6-game losing skid. Edmonton scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th to beat Tucson 3-2. And Sacramento shut out Fresno 5-0. Only 3 games in the Major League. In the American League, Cleveland shut out Baltimore 14-0 in a rain-out makeup. And in the National League, they're in a rain delay in the 7th, with Philadelphia leading Cincinnati 7-6. Jim Tomei with his 400th career home run in the first inning for Philadelphia. Pat Burrell hit a home run as well. Tomei's 19th of the season, Burrell's 11th. For Cincinnati, Sean Casey has hit his 12th. Jason LaRue with his 4th and 5th for the Reds. And Mark Pryor outdueled Roger Clemens in Houston as the Cubs beat the Astros 7-2. Former Buzzman Todd Walker with a pair of home runs for the Cubs. Aramis Ramirez and Moises Alou also went deep as Clemens denied an opportunity to go to 10-0 for the 3rd time in his career. Mark Pryor, the winner, 1-1. Clemens, the loser, with a record of 9-1. So here at the ballpark, the Stingers beat the Rainiers 6-4. We'll tell you how with highlights right after this on ESPN 1230.
What's important is to be healthy, and it works.
Mary Sisson and her husband Dave stopped smoking permanently thanks to hypnotherapist John Morgan. They attended his seminar for themselves and their 2-year-old son, Tim.
We don't need him to be without a parent, so that was important.
Little Tim is seeing immediate results.
He's not catching colds a lot. He doesn't get ear infections either.
Mary and Dave tried everything, and only hypnotherapy provided permanent results.
You don't have that urge to have one.
Whether you want to stop smoking or lose weight and keep it off, John Morgan will be here soon. Call 800-735-6907 to reserve your space.
It does work. You'll feel better. You must go. You have to go. You should go.
John Morgan will be at the Hampton Inn, 851 West 1250 South, Orem, Wednesday, June 23rd, and at the Hilton Salt Lake City Airport, Wiley Post Way, Thursday, June 24th. Smoking cessation is at 6 p.m., weight loss at 8 p.m. Call 800-735-6907 to reserve your space. Sessions are affordable at $49.95.
Well, it works. It does.
On the web, visit johnmorganseminars.com.
Hi, this is Hot Rod Hunter. The hottest ticket this year for the 4th of July is the Hot Rockin' 4th at the Weaver County Fairgrounds in Ogden. On July 3rd, Utah's biggest demolition derby, rock crawlers, snowmobile grass drag, plus food and fun for the whole family. The sizzle gets serious in the afternoon with monster truck rides and shows, high-flying motocross, and then the demolition derby takes center stage. And then it's the Diamond Rio and fireworks. And then on July 4th, the biggest fireworks show in the state. Tickets are available at all Smith Dix locations and the Golden Spike Event Center. Purchase a value meal at participating Burger Kings and get $2 off on your Hot Rockin' 4th ticket. Remember, July 3rd, the Hot Rockin' 4th ticket, including Diamond Rio and all the motorsports, is just $13 in advance. Sponsored by Burger King, Coca-Cola, Bank of Utah, Standard Exam, Golden Spike Event Center, America First Credit Union, and Western Ford. You gotta love it, baby.
Listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, welcome back to Tacoma, where the Stingers prevail as they come away with the win tonight here against the Rainiers. Here's how it happened. The Stingers took the lead in the 2nd inning on a big 2-run home run by Brian Gordon off of Craig Anderson in a lefty-lefty matchup. Will Nieves had set the table with a single with 1 out. And then Brian Gordon's 2-run homer put the Stingers ahead 2-0. But in the bottom of the 3rd, Chris Buchek's wildness continued. He issued a walk to Davis on 4 pitches. Then on 5 pitches, he walked Greg Jacobs. A wild pitch moved runners to 2nd and 3rd, but Buchek struck out Luis Ugueto and Ovidio Guzman. Looked like he was going to get out of the inning. But he walked Mickey Lopez on 4 straight pitches, to load the bases with 2 outs. The count was worked full on Justin Leone to 3-2 before ball 4 missed, bringing home a run on the bases loaded walk to make it a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Stingers. And then with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Bucky Jacobson put Tacoma ahead. Check from the belt ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and crushed to center field. Sorensen going back. That's going to be over his head and off the wall for 4:25 sign. Jacobs, Lopez, and Leone all score on the 3-run double by Bucky Jacobson, and the Rainiers lead it 4-2. And so the Rainiers leading 4-2. The Stingers struggling to get anything going offensively, but in the 8th, against reliever Randy Williams. Williams walked Victor Gutierrez after banning Casey Smith. He walked Zach Sorensen to put runners at first and second base with 1 out. That brought in the ace of the bullpen, George Sherrill, for Tacoma, and he faced Casey Kotchman. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Kotchman. The pitch. Swung out in line towards left. Jacobs down the run. Check it to it. It bounces by him and goes to the wall. Here's Gutierrez around third. He will score. Sorensen being held up to third on an RBI double by Casey Kotchman. And it's now a 4-3 ball game in favor of Tacoma. Adam Riggs struck out, and that still left runners at second and third with 2 down and brought Jake Grower to the plate. For 1-0. Grower swings and loops one into left center field. Coming in and over, Jamal Strong lets it drop. In to score Sorensen. Kotchman scores the go-ahead run as Strong got fooled on that fly ball to left center field, and the Stingers have taken the lead 5-4. So 5-4 to score in favor of Salt Lake, and then for a little extra cushion, Derek Gibson provided the Stingers a 2-run lead in the 9th. Gibson swings. There's a high drive to deep left. Jacobs going back. It's up there, and it is gone. Out of the parking lot in left field. Derek Gibson with his 4th home run of the year, and the Stingers now have a 2-run lead at 6-4. And that's the final score of the ball game. Stingers 6 and Tacoma 4. When we come back, we'll preview tomorrow's afternoon doubleheader, as well as let you know who our Stingers MHP of the game was. Right after this, final timeout on ESPN 1230.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is ESPN Radio AM 1230. And he throws deep, worldwide leader in sports. The broadcasting station. Opportunity isn't just knocking, it's pounding. Right now, you can pick any new Honda motorcycle, scooter, or ATV in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years through American Honda Finance Corporation. So get down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Financing available to qualified buyers. Payment example, 60 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 financed. Offer good through June 30th, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate at Franklin Covey Field taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Mortgage rates have gone up. Hi, this is Scott Borster with Alta Mortgage Group. Mortgage rates have increased recently, so at Alta Mortgage Group, we've created a new program which offers a rock-bottom fixed interest rate for up to 7 years that is flexible enough to allow you to pay a normal payment based on 10, 15, 20, or 30-year mortgage payments. Or just take a breather and just pay the interest rate you choose. This program sometimes cuts your mortgage payment in half. These rates are so low you'll have to call 628-9400 for a quote. We can also correct inaccurate credit scores that are making you pay higher interest rates on your loan. This problem of inaccurate credit scores is costing consumers millions of dollars per year. Let us help you today. We can help you correct these credit problems. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400. Or visit us on the web at altamortgagegroup.com. We are here to help you.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Hi, welcome back to Tacoma, where the Stingers came from behind tonight to defeat the Rainiers by a final score of 6-4. Time now to announce our Stingers MHP of the game. Our most helpful player brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. And your locally owned Ace Hardware dealers. Well, tonight it's going to go to Casey Kotchman. who made his Stingers debut and went 2 for 2 with a run batted in and a run scored, including that big double into the left field corner against the left-handed pitcher in George Sherrill that has allowed only 3 hits out of 43 at-bats by left-handed batters against him. And so that was a big double to keep things going. And so Casey Kotzman is our Stingers' most helpful player of the game, brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, your locally owned Ace Hardware dealers. Ace, the helpful place. So the Stingers win it tonight, 6-4. And, well, it's going to get busy tomorrow. Again, the Stingers and Rainiers will wind up playing 3 games in 24 hours. They have a twin bill scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. The doubleheader starts by the rain out on May 8th. The May 7th games are already been made up, but this one will make up the May 8th rain out as the Stingers and Rainiers play 2 here tomorrow. Now, Eric Keir will go in one of the games for the Stingers. Stingers staff still not sure who's going to go in Game 2. They bumped Steve Green back to Game 3. For the Rainiers, Matt Thornton and Scott Hutchison are the scheduled starting pitchers for the Rainiers. Now, again, that's 12:35 game time here in Tacoma, so it's 1:35 in Salt Lake City. We'll be on the air with the On Deck Circle tomorrow at 1:15. But the Stingers open up this 6-game series with a win here in Tacoma tonight. That'll do it from the Pacific Northwest. Our thanks to Lee Horton back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening once again in a snappy 2 hours, 35 minutes. And in front of 3,604, the final score. Salt Lake Stingers 6 at the Tacoma Rainiers 4. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from the Pacific Northwest.
This has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.